What's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Welcome back to Can't Talk, I'm Creating. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Can't Talk, I'm Creating. After 3 weeks off, probably the busiest 3 weeks we ever had at WaveChange, we're here, back. I guess you could say the informal start of Season 2. But we're here with probably my favorite episode we've done yet. The longest episode, the most guests on one episode. We had TH Media, Tanner, Cel Nolackin made an appearance, Shay made an appearance, Darkko bands, Steve. It's a good one. Let's just get to it.
I don't even think the Knicks are going to go to the finals. I think they're going to make the ECF and get clapped.
With the sports.
I'm sorry.
Sports.
Yeah.
Football, sports, hockey.
Basketball.
I've watched like one football game ever.
Yeah, so
There we go. It's 50-50.
Usually,
There we go.
I'm outnumbered usually.
I think from a distance you would probably get Corey and I confused.
Bro. He
I literally looked at your Instagram yesterday.
No.
I was like, damn, you guys could be brothers. What the fuck?
But it's just like I feel like every white guy that got like brown hair
And
and like
that's
a
what
beard
I
like
said.
looks exactly the same, bro.
And then
like,
it was, bro, dead ass. And then the outfit, because I were all black, and it was like a picture of you in all black. I was like, all right.
I'd probably get them two confused from a distance too.
Oh, yeah.
That's my twin name right there. You don't even know.
Oh, we started rolling. Just blowing clouds.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
I thought you were gonna wear the wig whenever.
just
Yeah.
roll.
Did we not just talk about me coming?
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, we're not going to talk about it, but.
No, it's out.
Oh, yeah. I
mean,
guess it's out.
It is out.
Yeah. Go check out Rochevo. Hey You.
yeah, he's a good guy. We should have him on the podcast sometime.
I think he's going to come on the podcast.
We need him on the podcast.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
need him on the podcast. He's cool as fuck.
Nah, but we actually have an important guest today.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Somebody also in the video field. A really, really dope, one of my favorite the other directors and creators. Let you introduce yourself, Tanner.
Thank you. My name is Tanner Hench. I run TH Media. I have it on my arm right here.
Hey.
really ingrained right there.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I've been doing videography probably like 10-ish years in total from like the basic start of it.
Mhm.
But yeah, I won't get like too in depth with that. Y'all can, I mean, we can
Yeah,
get
we'll
more
chop
in
it
depth
up.
with
We'll
it.
chop it up.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's just like a very quick synopsis.
All right, dope. I know you're obviously from PA.
Yep.
Why are you in town? I know we talked about it, but
So we were just at the last show of Lil Sky's tour in New York yesterday. And then the day before that was Philly. And then last week on Wednesday was Pittsburgh, and then Thursday was DC. So I didn't go to any of the West Coast stuff, but I popped out to the East Coast stuff, except for one of them, because I'm with Darkko. He's behind the camera right now. But he had a show on Friday that we went to, so I didn't make it to the one East Coast show. But yeah, it's been a week of driving around a lot and a week of having to give clients excuses of why they aren't getting next cuts of their videos.
yeah.
But you know, it gets to that point sometimes, and I have very forgiving clients for the most part. So
Yeah.
and I'm gonna make sure everybody gets exactly what they need. So
Hell
but
yeah.
yeah, it's it was really fun, but I'm glad tour is over, and I'm sure the team is probably even more glad because they were the ones actually driving everywhere.
Mhm.
But you know, they did a great job getting through all that, and Skies did a great job killing all the sets. Like his energy is just different when he performs. So yeah,
Tough.
yeah.
Hold the mic a little closer. Yeah, just like
All right.
it. No, you're good. You got it. How do you like the tour life? Like I know you said you're happy it's over. Like the tour life compared to like not tour life, where I imagine it's more like productions and stuff.
So I feel like I haven't gotten like the full tour life experience because I wasn't with them. Like I was just rolling separate. So I was just like, I like drove to Pitt. It was like 3 hours, and then drove 3 hours back that same night, and then next day like 2 to DC, and then New York was 3 hours, and Philly was 2 hours. So it was just kind of like it wasn't bad. It's just kind of like trooping it out. Like I've done a lot of that before, but I don't think I would be able to actually be on the road like that because I would miss my bed way too much.
Yeah.
And I would go insane. So I don't know. Maybe one day, but definitely not right now.
Okay. But
But it was still a lot of
Yeah,
fun. And I'm gonna do a recap for each one. And I didn't edit any of the content yet, so there's a lot.
Yeah, I can imagine from all that. Yeah,
Yeah.
have
Oh,
to sit
yeah.
down and chop through that.
Yep.
Just imagine if you went to all the shows, how much content you would actually have.
Yeah,
It's
missed
more
another one,
content than
yeah.
I need to work on right
Yeah.
now. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean
Definitely.
that's a good transition though to kind of like work-life balance. Like who is Tanner, and not just as director, but like what's kind of your life like, and what's the balance between doing all this, like what would, like you just said you're on, like going to all these different shows and being away.
What did Logan say? What other option do I got?
Yeah.
Damn, good quote.
No, I'm just
good
playing.
quote.
No, I definitely chose to pop out to those, and it was fun. But I'm like learning a new balance right now because my girl and we just got a crib, and
congrats.
Thank you. And I'm just kind of like learning how to work differently within that, because now it's just like I don't necessarily have to like leave my parents' house to hang out with her or whatever, but it's like we're in an environment where I can work as well. But I'm still kind of getting used to that too, because I got other household responsibilities and everything. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's going in a very good direction right now. And once I get a hang of it better, it's gonna be a lot more streamlined towards like how I'm getting everything done, and more efficient, because up until about a month ago I was just doing everything out of my parents' basement. So that's why I'm really excited to see now like what other possibilities there's going to be, because I'm not really held back by like that environment, I guess. Yeah. So yeah.
No, once you get the structure and once you get the game plan of how everything's gonna be set up, it's gonna be golden. You're gonna be
for
fucking
sure.
Yeah, kind of
crazy.
feel it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
We got a cat, a bunny,
bunny?
couple lizards, yeah, and the cat and bunny,
So
the cat and bunny hang out together.
together.
Yeah. Well, the bunny, her and I both got two bunnies, and they were siblings, and then her bunny passed away, and then so I still got the sister, and then we got the cat, and then the lizards. Like the lizards are just on the floor right now. Well, they're in a cage on the floor right now. But like the cat loves the lizards, and she'll just like go on top of the cage and be like staring at them and stuff. It's so funny. Yeah, no, it's such an interesting combination. And then the cat with the bunny, she like licks the bunny. It's hilarious, dude. It's like it's the funniest thing ever. So
Hey, I'm not supposed to be together. Like,
yeah, no, it's lit though. It's definitely lit. I love seeing the animals interact with each other.
What made you get into like the video thing? Like,
All right. So whenever I said in the beginning, like 10 years ago, I really started skateboarding. And then I was filming while we were skateboarding. And then before my senior year, which was 2017, well, it would have been 2016 at this point, I tore my ACL. So we had a local skate park that was indoors called Underground at the time. It was like in the basement of this church. And I would just like, I was already filming a little bit there. And I think I made like 1 or 2 videos at the time. And then I just started going there strictly to film, because I was like, I'm bored. Like I can't do anything with a torn ACL right now besides go to rehab. And then I was just like, I like editing footage. I want something else to edit. So I would just drive there, film people skating, and then edit that footage. And then there were people that I knew from skating that made music. And then I did my first music video with the artist that I was skating with. Yeah. So yeah, it's been like a cool transition. But like the first music video I did, I didn't even really like think much of it. It was more so just like, yo, you want to shoot a video? I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it.
okay.
And then I edited it in class the next day and had it done by lunch. And then they just like put it out. And then it was probably like because that was the beginning of my senior year, yeah. And then I didn't really think much of it until the end. And then I started doing videos like a little bit after I graduated, like music videos a little after I graduated. And then I went to a school after that. It was like a 6-month film and photo school. And it was dope, but like most of like what I ended up learning was like through myself. But they set like a good foundation. Paid a good amount of money to learn how manual works on a camera, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I did
they were super cool though. No, they were great. They were great.
Yeah, I did a year at a film school. It was about the same thing. I did a year, and I was like, oh, okay.
Autofocus.
They taught you how to hate movies there.
Yeah,
pretty much.
How to love black and white silent film, and yeah. So I'm curious. Do you like? What do you see yourself as? Do you kind of identify with the video work? And if so, more directing? Are you interested in films? Kind of what's the...
I feel like, I mean, I feel like director and editor are like two separate things now. So like for the longest time, probably up until about 2 years ago, I didn't start to realize that like director and editor were like two separate things for the most part. And I was just thinking that like everybody filming the videos was editing them because that's all I was doing. And then I was starting to look at all these tagged people underneath, and I was just like, oh, like they got a whole crew working on stuff. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Because I would just put directed by me.
Yeah.
And then over time, I'm like, okay, let me put directed and edited by me just so people know like what's all going on. So, I mean, I feel like I kind of have to identify as both, but not just because of my work, just because like I edit for other people too.
Yeah.
And like outside of effects, like I do other cuts and stuff for people. So, yeah, it's just, it's tied in together because I think it started just as like director, not knowing the difference, like I was saying, but then me editing too, I was like, oh, okay, I'm an editor as well.
Yeah.
And I guess like VFX artist within that too, to an extent.
Do you have a preference on any aspect of like the making the videos? Where I tend to lean more into, I like the idea of the video and I like the editing.
Yeah.
Where like Steve has definitely leaned heavier into camera work and that kind of like practically using the camera.
So I can definitely say I like editing what I shoot the best. Just because it's like while I'm shooting it, I'll have like certain ideas for it, and it's like I'll shoot B-roll. It's like if I'm doing like a whip B-roll, and then I'll shoot like some of the performances like that to coincide with that. But I feel like I think where we kind of differ within our work is I try to create like structured run and gun videos, which I think like it's easily seen, but and you guys do a lot of like set production, and which is awesome. Like I love seeing what y'all are doing. So it's kind of like because essentially we're all creating something from nothing. And yeah, it's just I'm kind of getting lost at what I'm saying right now.
No,
but basically like
it seems like you like the full process because you like the getting the idea and like, oh, this is the idea, I'm going to execute it this way. And like the full process.
And just like seeing an open field or just like a door with a light over it, or there's just like so many inspiring things that are just like randomly around that you can turn into a structured video. That it's like the term run and gun is very broad nowadays.
I feel the same way because you could do a video in a run and gun where it's just like we didn't plan the location or anything, but it can be executed a way where it's not a run and gun. It's just.
I am starting to get more into storyline stuff though. I have a couple storyline videos I've been working on, and that's been fun, and I think that's like an area where I need to start to go in the direction of, but at the same time it kind of like depends on what the artist wants, and like since my niche is like we'll just call it the structured run and gun. Like that's normally what ends up happening. Like we'll pick a couple spots out ahead of time, and it's just like we'll say, so it's like the lenses I have like a 6mm, a 17, a 25, and a 45, and then I'm thinking, all right, I can do it handheld, gimbal, or on a tripod. So it's just like each spot you can use the lens a little differently. I mean, sometimes it feels a little repetitive, but there's so much you can do with that combination where it's like, say we got 3 locations and then I can swap out lenses for each of them. And then that's what like really pulls the structure together. So yeah, it's really fun to pull that creative energy out of nothing essentially. Cause it's like we could look at a building with a scaffolding and see like 10 different shots, you know, and then like somebody else could just walk past that is like not even that's not even a thought that comes to mind.
It is interesting how it's like certain people can just look at something and they see it different. Like you look at that coffee maker and you're like, oh yeah, if it was
let me green screen somebody mini and put them down there.
I feel like to be a videographer, you have to have that though. Like you have to see what other people can't see. You know what I mean? That's just,
and that was what I was talking to him about earlier was that like whenever I was skateboarding all the time, like that was my thing. Like for the long, like I still love skating, but I just don't skate as much as I did whenever I was younger. But it's like you start to look at the world as a skate spot, and it's like you look at that and it's like, oh, I could hit that set. I could never hit that set. Like I could hit that. I couldn't hit that rail, but somebody else could do a trick on that rail. But then it's like whenever I started filming stuff, I was like, yo, like that's a dope camera spot. So it was like a weird transition in my brain because I was just like, part of me was a little disappointed because I was like, oh, I'm not really thinking about skating as much, but I was just like so obsessed with like filming and making videos that I was just like taking inspiration from every single thing. So yeah, that was a cool thing. I feel like I don't. Oh, the other thing that was interesting about that was whenever I first started using the gimbal for B-roll, I used to do like really smooth B-roll, and now I do it a little rougher just because like the styles have kind of changed, and I've gravitated more towards that. And I was really intrigued by like the depth of objects changing with the gimbal because you can smoothly move around it.
That's fire.
And it's just like say like one of these lights you have set up right here, where it's like if you start on like this side and take the camera around with the gimbal, you get the depth of the whole object. So I'd be looking at like street signs and stuff like that and picturing how I would move around it with my gimbal and just being like, oh, like that brings that to life. So, I mean, I don't really use that B-roll style that much anymore, but just like seeing how differently you look at such regular objects after like starting filming is absurd, honestly. It's so stupid. But
it starts to take over your mind because everything. I walk in a room and it's like how you could frame it up or do.
I was like a painter though. Now I understand it a little bit more. Like you ever go to like an art show and be like, "What is this?" And then the artist is like, "You don't see it." I'm like, "No, I don't fucking see it."
The hot dog taped to the wall. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
So crazy.
I think that was like an actual thing. I'm pretty sure. it was.
I'm pretty sure.
Like the blue
It's a
stripe.
New York City hot
one
dog or
blue
something
stripe.
like that. Crazy shit. You guys are goats though for sure.
No, so
Appreciate it.
I'm curious what like long term goals. Like where do you see the future? What's the plan?
That's a very interesting question right now. Because right now I feel like I'm kind of setting a new foundation. Because like I feel like the work has been doing more numbers and stuff, and I mean that's because I've had bigger opportunities, and it's just like consistency in there as well. And I'm excited to see the page keep growing and like the bookings keep growing too. But like whenever because I've thought about this so many times, dude. Whenever I came here the last time with Cel, I was just looking at y'all working, and it made so much sense. And I was just like, they have such a perfect thing going. Obviously, it's not everything is going to be perfect, but like the way y'all run things is just so thought out because you got Logan to talk to people, you have you two to do video work. You're the grunt man that does anything else, but not exactly that because you're also their artist that they work with, and then you're also learning to do editing and camera work as well, which I'm sure we're going to talk about that in a little bit too. But I was just like, okay, like this is a real team and they're really doing it. And like I would have people in the past and they would just tell me like, oh, you should get a team, da 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 da. And I was just like, what are you talking about? Like a team for what? Like I just didn't get it because it's like I'm doing the shooting, I'm doing the editing, and I there's nobody else that I want to have around me to tell me what to do because I know what I'm doing, which was also a cocky thought at times because I don't always know what I'm doing and I wouldn't always listen to suggestions. And now I'm like a lot more receptive to suggestions and just like people being critical. I get not like
critiquing.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Critiquing. People critiquing. And then my mind is kind of shifted to where it's like, okay, not every single thing I think is cool is gonna be cool. And I've started to like look at more mainstream videos and be like, oh, okay, like that's why somebody would think that shot is cool. Yeah. And then I've started to incorporate like other people's mindsets into that as much as I can.
Yeah. The Logan
Good night.
appearance.
So yeah,
Yep.
I was gonna throw a Pokeball at him and try to keep him around long. I feel like
catch him,
I need at least an Ultra Ball for that.
Yeah.
A great ball
might
would
need a Master Ball.
It's rare or ultra rare, Logan.
Even that might not hold him.
I don't got any Master Balls on me right now. But yeah, no. So just like seeing you guys operate as a team, I was just like, wow, like that just makes so much sense because they play to each other's strengths.
Yeah.
Because like y'all two work together on a lot of videos, correct?
Basically all of
pretty
them,
much
yeah.
every
Basically
single
all
video.
of them.
Yeah.
But then you do individual ones as well, or not really.
Very
anymore?
rarely, I'll do an individual one.
Okay.
But yeah.
So then it's just like you guys kind of have, like if one person lacks inspiration, so to say, you can pull it from somebody else.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
I don't know if that is something I would necessarily find in another person, just because I'm so particular, I guess. But I also have things that I should be delegating to somebody else in the future that can make it more effective for me to get things done. Whether that just be like, all right, I need you to mask these shots out.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
just simpler stuff like that.
Yeah,
or like,
my view on that for sure is because I mean for one.
Not wait. Did you say cutting?
Mm-hmm.
Not cutting.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't.
I feel you.
I have to cut my own footage.
I definitely like. There is a level like you said, like it's your project. You wanted to wanted to do it your way, and I mean I feel like we don't really run into that much. Where like at least even on the editing, if whoever kind of has the inspiration, there'll be videos where Steve's like, "Yo, can I take this one because I'm feeling it? It's like more my style," and we'll just switch it, like delegate it that way. But yeah, it definitely is right person, and there's like it could take a long time. I mean, that's why the team is only one other, and then now Jose. Like 2 other people, and I've been doing it for about the same amount of time. It took however long to find the right person to be able to give that to us because I couldn't bring a random person in and just do X, Y, Z because it just wouldn't.
I got some like scouting I'm doing right now. I'm like thinking ahead, and I got like some other things I would like to do to really like solidify my brand, so to say.
Yeah,
because I like there's just so many like the creative aspect is great, but also like the professional, like taxes are due today.
Yeah.
I never even wrote down what I charged people for videos last year. And so I have to go through all of these videos and figure something out and hopefully not make something up. I hope the IRS isn't listening right now. But
wait, did we see you on the podcast talking about?
No, I mean, that was
y'all watch me.
Right. That's why I leaned so heavily into building the company aspect.
Yep.
Because thinking long term, where it's like I want to be able to retire, and it's not like working at Amazon where I'm gonna get whatever. There's no if I don't set something up.
Definitely.
So building something that can withstand after,
Yep.
and then still having the creative freedom where like you do like shoot a lot of stuff on your own and just still being able to create stuff and being able to detach myself from WaveChange from the company.
Yeah.
So I'm like you still are able to like, all right, this is I might delegate in this project, but I can still get my ideas out elsewhere.
Yep. I think like one of my other goals that's in there is to just be like financially comfortable, but not comfortable to the extent that it makes me want to quit or like go not as hard, but like be in more of a comfortable position where I can like take longer on videos and not have to take on as much, and just kind of like be able to grow because I think the challenge of growing the artistry sometimes lays within like not having enough time to learn new stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why it kind of gets stuck in certain things. And it's just like there have been times where I had to really like sit back and force myself to learn new techniques because I was just like the videos just felt dry and I was just like I don't even know what to do with it right now.
Yeah.
So I want to have more time to learn how to grow the craft as well. So I can I don't know. It's just fun to create. Like it's like I just want to have more to offer to create. You know?
Yeah, and I mean that's like the number one challenge I think with being a creative is the fact that you need money to live and you need to make money, and then especially if you are doing your craft to make the money, it becomes a point where you have to think, all right, I just got to round the edges on this because it needs to get done so we can, and like I want to learn more things to grow more. I run into that a lot where it's like I wish. But building the team is definitely something that has helped with that because we're able to, he's doing a video and now we're doing 2 videos and able to just lock in.
I got like 12 videos that need edited right now. Like,
and
it's crazy.
And just wanted to be able to learn more and the time for it. Yeah.
I'm excited though. This is going to be a good run with the content I have stacked up though, for sure. It's like a lot of, it feels like, I think the big thing I've leaned on in the past is like going back and remastering what you've done already. So it's just like, okay, I did this before. now I know how to do it in a more perfect way.
Yeah,
and then
talk about
continuing to, it's just like,
Yeah.
it's like slowly stepping upstairs. It's like taking it's like, instead of walking up 1 foot at a time, it's like, and just kind of like resetting that foundation each time. So then you can keep building upon it and like making that foundation stronger.
Or like just keep paraphrasing it. You feel me? Like the first step, just like that Madison video, like with the fucking fish tank and shit.
Yeah.
I can't wait until like you feel me. The next
the next
video,
one.
it's gonna
we
be
were just
sick,
talking about
bro.
that.
Like,
Yeah, we were literally
shit's
just talking
crazy.
about how like
Yeah.
I just see every video as like it like some people look at it like this is the one, this is my masterpiece, this is what's gonna make. But every video to me is just like, all right, we're gonna do this technique or this thing,
Yeah,
and then
and this is a message to the audience: don't sit on any accomplishment too long, because that's whenever people like be trying to flex one accomplishment for mad long. And it's just like, all right, what are you gonna work on next?
Yeah.
7 months now,
yeah,
buddy.
exactly. It's like you're still reposting the same thing on your story. Like I'll repost old things just because I care about it, but it's like I'm not gonna repost it like a bunch and just.
But it's
you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
I think that's low key people fear. Some people might not be able to top their best. You know what I'm saying? That could be a fear too. You know.
Yeah.
I know as an artist, that comes through mind. Like, damn, like what if I'm never gonna be able to make a song like this again? Like,
you are nowhere near your peak.
No,
you're
no.
you're about to you're definitely about to go crazy like this next 2 years for sure.
Appreciate that,
All right,
bro.
let's talk about you as an artist real quick, because this man threw on a wig and was I'm sorry, I didn't watch the video yet. I saw the snippet, but how is it like stepping out of your comfort zone and instead of doing like a more traditional music video and dressing up like a little bit and taking on something that you aren't necessarily like?
I mean, like for me, it wasn't.
What was your alter ego's name?
Rochevo.
Yeah, he needs to come on the pod for sure.
yeah,
for
we're
sure.
gonna we got to invite him on the podcast.
No, he's
we were
definitely
just
pulling
talking
up.
about it.
It was easy for me. You feel me? Because I always felt like for instance, like the Cel video. You get what I'm saying? I took a pie in the face. You feel what I'm saying? Like
you snap.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
snap.
So it's like me committing to something that I felt like was gonna work. It was easy to me. I don't really give a fuck what people think.
That's exactly how you got to be as an artist.
I don't. You feel me?
That's
Like,
true artistry.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck. If I like it, I'm gonna do it. You know what
we
I'm
need
saying?
a wig on Corey the next time he makes a cameo.
Yeah, I've been slowly making more cameos. I'm in that. Oh yeah, I'm in that one. Yeah, I'm in that.
Knocking
video,
on the window.
You know what's funny about the pie though is like in the moment it was like such a like, oh, like I'm really about to get pie in the face, and now like we talk about it and it's always like the highlight. It's like, damn, Shay really took a pie in the face. Like, damn, I really did that.
We paid him
The sink is
Shay
only
got
20
paid.
steps away.
Shay got paid. All right,
did.
we did pay him.
Okay, yeah. But it wasn't that. It was the fact that
He got paid the
everyone's-
icing that was on his face.
Yo,
afterwards. Had a good little snack afterwards.
Yo, so right, the only reason I was like, damn, like people talking about, oh, it's cold outside, the pie might be
Oh yeah,
hard.
that was the
I'm just
concern.
like,
The pie was like rock hard. They had to heat it up.
For real?
Yeah, because when they
Oh,
brought it, it
no.
was like cold. So they were like, we gotta heat it
oh
up.
my God, you just hit me with a brick.
Yeah.
No, you definitely did your thing for sure.
Now I wish we got because the angle we had framed up would have been so good.
Oh my!
Bro, all right, so ready?
I
We
forgot
set-
that
so yeah, here we
happened.
go.
I knocked
we,
it out
we
of my
set
head.
it up. We set the angle up. Boom. We test run it. All right, Cel, just don't step to the right. Like just lean in and do it.
It was to the
test run
to
it.
the
what-
left. I remember. Yeah.
And we test run it. All right, cool. All right, run it for real. Immediately steps right in front of the frame.
Were we
The main
telling
camera just blocks it completely.
So you messed up the first shot.
No, Cel, we did the pie.
Two cameras running for that
yeah.
shot.
All right,
My
of
main
course-
camera was
hey.
pointed perfect.
Of course, Cel messed up the shot.
So he turned around and said, I messed up. He was like,
Bro, luckily, yeah, we ran 2 cameras.
Yeah.
So
If
we
we
had
didn't
to-
run two, we would have had to go get another fucking pie or just ditch that whole
Oh
scene.
my goodness, no, that's so
I just about to
funny.
be like, nah, double it.
Yeah.
It was so funny. He did it
Double
right
and
the
give it to the
first
next
time.
person.
Yeah.
Literally does it right the first time. He's like, all right, rolling. Other hand.
Immediately
Like,
start-
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess
But
you're doing that.
that's the thing. Like it's a lot of pride with that because it's like I had a lot of people around. Like
Yeah.
and everybody got asked, but everybody was just like, nah,
Yeah,
bro.
the other
that was my
three,
point.
Bro,
all the other extras, the other
yo,
3 were like, nah.
talking about your image. Nigga, like,
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
are
you
you
definitely
talking
were.
about?
I've gotten that a lot with the extras where they like doing something. They're like, nah, I can't be seen like that.
Yeah.
It's like, why? Like, who? like in reality,
People love
like,
it.
that
People love
and
it,
like
yo.
who like it's like that high school mindset where it's like
Yeah.
you're thinking about people you know who
Yeah.
are gonna see
Fuck
it, and it's
them.
like,
Yeah.
why do you?
Sorry,
This
no,
is
fuck
gonna be-
that.
No,
There's
but
gonna be
we're at
so
like a
much-
point where people like to see that though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
that's-
know,
that-
so it's just
yeah.
like with you making your cameo, like people want to see that,
Yeah,
and then you gotta.
yeah. I've been
You
trying.
don't have to be in
It's
the
a-
video.
No.
Celebrity.
His
I
arms.
have my
His
first
arm.
cameo
His
ever. It's okay,
arm.
bet.
His arm
just
is in
the
a Fred
arm.
video.
Buying
Yeah.
crack.
Oh yeah.
Buying crack.
Yeah. It's,
You look like you could play a good
I
crack.
could. I've been told I look like Leonardo DiCaprio on crack. That was my frat. That was what my frat brothers told me.
I could.
If he got cracked
I
out.
roughly agree with that. If he got cracked out of the street.
No, yeah. Just all right, keep an eye out in one of the future WaveChange videos. You're gonna see some
Even a
a
trench coat
hand
and a
buying crack.
BB.
That's the best person to buy it from, bro.
Yeah.
Where he take care of his
Hey, dude,
body.
Have you
that
ever
shit's
seen
clean.
the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio? It was like the Romeo and Juliet movie, but it was
Yeah,
like
it was like the ream, but
they
it was
had, like,
modern,
guns and
right?
stuff. Yeah,
They had guns. Yeah,
it was
yeah.
sick. The filming of that is
Yeah.
sick.
I haven't seen
It
it.
was Romeo and Juliet, but
Yeah.
it's like modern times. They're in cars. They have guns.
Yep, it's really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was. I think I saw that in high school, and then
in
I
high
just,
school definitely.
I just rewatched it, like a couple months ago. I think
I rewatched it like a year or so ago.
Yeah,
It's-
nah,
it's
yeah.
good.
I like that with the modern, the spin on it.
Yeah,
Man, I gotta watch The Outsiders, man.
I love The Outsiders.
It's a
Stay
banger.
Is that the?
I don't. Y'all have time to watch TV?
I watch a lot of movies because I watch them while editing.
edits
Yeah.
it.
Like at
I'm
2
like the-
a.m., like 3 a.m.
Yeah, I'm like the
I'll be out
peak.
by
He be
like
roasting
11.
me. He be roasting me for it, like
Bro.
having a movie going.
You know, like the Subway Surfers memes. It's like the Subway Surfers.
Oh,
kids,
he
like,
just
they
needs constant
Yeah,
stimulation.
I'm editing. I have music playing.
He's
and like
playing
a
Temple
movie,
Run on
yeah.
his phone.
But he understands everything. Like, yo, what are you editing? I'm just editing this video. What's happening in that? Oh, Piccolo just farted Goku. Like,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
I got TikTok brain. I just need stimulation.
Shit's so crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, how old are you?
25,
When's your birthday?
August 25th.
Whoa. I'm 4 days older than you. That's
Wow.
crazy. Yeah, that's nuts.
That might be
What?
brothers,
That's
bro.
crazy.
He was he was almost a Leo.
Yeah,
So
I'm
close.
right on the verge.
How,
yeah.
how old are you?
I'm 25, October.
How old are you?
24.
I'm the oldest in the room.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's like, that's so
Damn.
funny. Yeah.
No, that pride
You
shit,
just,
though.
I'm curious. What's you said you be asleep by 11?
Nah, that's not true.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like,
but
impossible.
on that, what's your?
Nah, it's
are you
like-
more of a structured? Like you have more of like Logan is somebody who's very structured. Like you're obviously more on the creative side, like us,
Yeah.
where he's more can be
Yeah.
structured like that.
I'm trying to figure out the structure, and that's kind of like where the new house is
Oh, that
coming
is
in
cool.
line.
Yeah,
and
you,
stuff.
do have, you are
So-
shifted to a whole.
Yeah, so it's like my girl works at a bank, so she has to be at work most days by like 8:30. So a lot of times I'll get up with her just so I can chill with her a little bit in the morning. And then it kind of depends, because there'll be some nights where I'll stay up until like 1 or 2 and edit, and then there'll be other times where it's just like I'll get up at like 6,
And
whatever,
just go flat.
start going early
Yeah.
off the morning, and then be done like halfway through the afternoon, and then just chill for the night. So I feel like it kind of depends on like what's going on within the days.
Mhm.
And then having a balance of that helps. But then it's also like I shoot during the night and during the evening most of the times.
Yeah.
So then a lot of the editing has to be done during the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to find that balance. But I think accepting just having to do what you have to do sometimes is a big part of it.
Yeah.
To where it's just like you can't get irritated if you have to stay up late. You can't get irritated if you have to stay up early.
yeah.
Or get up early, I mean.
Yeah.
So it's just so rewarding also that it's like, what do I got to complain about? Like I'm doing exactly what I wanted to do. Like if I got to wake up early and grind, if I got to stay up late and grind, it's like as long as I feel like I got accomplished what I needed to get accomplished at that point, then I'm cool.
Hell yeah.
But I think sometimes it's hard to gauge, like for me especially, well, it not as much anymore, but at one point it was very hard for me to gauge like what a productive day was, because it's so subjective to the person. Because it's
Yeah.
like I could work on a video all day, but then and get done exactly what I needed to get done on it, but then there could be other days where I'm working on like 3 videos and stuff, and that feels like a more productive day to me, even though it's it's still getting work done.
Yeah.
And I think like my workflow has improved a lot, especially in the saving time aspect, to where a lot of time. So what I'll do is like I'll send out different cuts to people. It'll be like V1, V2, and then this final will be like V3 or V4. But it's like I'm working on multiple videos at a time. But I sync all the audio, I get it colored, and then I cut only performances, and that's normally the V1. Maybe a little bit of B-roll, but typically like just performance. And I can get a lot of times get that sync, colors, and the first cut done within an hour now. So it's like I could knock out, like if I wake up at 6, 7, I could get it maybe 3 rough cuts done before like I eat lunch or something like that. But then I'm gonna be burnt for most of the afternoon because my head's just gonna be thumping.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta throw on those blue light glasses.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's definitely.
like how does that affect y'all? Like being in front of a
But don't wear the blue light glasses when you color. You can't wear them when you color because it got like a little tint on there that it's like a warmer tint, and you gotta.
That'll definitely throw it off. Yeah, color the whole thing, forgetting they're on, and then
that was what somebody just told me the other day, and I was like, "Yo, yeah, definitely made that mistake before."
Damn. Have you used the blue light glasses?
Yeah, I don't use them quite as much. I've been like,
do you find like a difference with it? Do you see like I've heard people who've used them. They say they've noticed like they get headaches without it, and with it they don't. You've noticed the difference? Like,
yeah, but I also like I'll wear contacts too.
Okay.
And it's just kind of like I just get annoyed with my contacts sometimes, and I haven't been wearing them as much recently. So like I can't really wear these glasses. I just need to get glasses that have blue light stuff in them. But no, they definitely help. And once I start using them, like I noticed my editing time went from like
interesting.
I used to max out a lot earlier because my eyes just weren't used to it at all. But my editing time probably went from like 3 or 4 hours to like 6 or 8 potentially, which I'm not editing that much every day. But like on a really busy day, like I've definitely edited for that. I mean, like there's been days where it's just like, all right, eat breakfast, lock in for like 3 hours or so, eat lunch, lock in all afternoon, eat dinner, chill for a little bit, then lock in back in the evening.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't really like to push myself that much at this point, but I mean, like I said, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Yeah.
And but I don't know, just like working on finding that balance, and I've been taking a little bit more time for myself to chill, just because it's been so overcompensated in the past that I just want to make sure that I'm like giving people the best work, and not to say that I don't want to just give that best work to the clients, but I want to do better for myself too, because that's going to build your value moving forward. But then it's also just like I just want to keep outdoing what I've been doing, and not get comfortable. And then you got to remind yourself while you're trying to do that, it's like you gotta push yourself past that peak sometimes and be like, okay, like a year or so ago, I was like, all right, I just did this video, or I'm working on a video. I'm like, okay, or maybe I had a couple lined up at the time. I was like, I'm gonna go as hard as I can on all these videos right now, because I wasn't that busy at the time. I wasn't getting a lot of bookings, but I was like, if I do this right now, I know it's gonna set a stronger foundation. And then maybe like a month, 2 months ago, I was like, I'm gonna go as hard as I can. It was like late last year, actually. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go as hard as I can on this video. And then I was like, oh, I thought that a year ago, but the definition has changed now because I've learned a lot more. So it's kind of just like I was saying about those stairs, just like progressively like putting more time and intention into it. But as you put that time and intention into it, it gets easier. So then it's easier for your standard to get higher, since you're consistently putting in a higher level of work, and you're able to like edit it faster and everything too. Like I'm sure y'all have definitely gotten faster at editing, like since you guys have first started too, just because like you get used to what you're doing. And it's like you know you're laughing like you didn't get faster at editing. You're getting there.
But yeah, just to see, because like I be editing sometimes too, and I be taking like I got progressively faster for sure.
Yep.
But like in the beginning,
it's so difficult, dude.
Bro, I'm like, how the fuck? Steve's like, bro, I do it in 30 minutes. I'm like, bro, what do you mean you do it in 30 minutes?
Like
It's
finding all the
taking me-
buttons you gotta click,
Yeah, bro.
hitting the wrong hotkeys. Like, yeah.
It's like, what, you don't have no shortcuts? I'm like, bro.
Whenever I first looked at After Effects, I thought I was gonna have a panic attack. I was like, what?
I will
What even
say,
is this?
one of the things to kind of continue that thought of like the editing getting faster is like our shooting are like we could really shoot a video in like an hour now. It's really
Yeah.
crazy how like with Baby 400 the other day for a good example, like we were done with his scenes before the model even got there. And we
Yeah.
were just like, oh, let's just
Yeah,
get more. Like I might as well just do
Yep.
more.
Yeah, that was kind of where my head has been getting to is like I used to be content with a certain amount of shooting. And I was just like, okay, like this is fine. And then I would get into editing and be like, oh man, this could have used a little bit more. So now I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna just overshoot a little
Yeah.
bit more. And
See,
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we did the same thing where it was like in the beginning I wasn't shooting enough and then I was overshooting and now I try to be really intentional with the shooting.
Yeah.
Where it's like obviously that's more on the pre-planning inside to know going
Yeah.
into it, but just knowing, even like you said, I have these lenses, I can do these setups, so you're being more intentional with it because that then speeds the edit up also,
Yep.
and it just being more like intentional with all of it.
Yeah. And I edit a lot by beat too.
Mhm.
So it's like whenever I was saying about the chop ups getting faster, it's just like I'm already thinking about like the next version of the video. He's fiending for the vape.
Yeah, you can clock that, yeah.
I put the Logan. This one.
You farted in the one episode.
I
heard it.
Bro,
I heard it.
there's no way, bro.
I messaged him and I was like, go to this point in the video.
No,
I heard it.
We're gonna debunk this. We're gonna debunk this. I'll probably move my foot or something.
It might have been Logan off camera. He never did. But no, it's like I'll send a cut to somebody and then I'll just like I'll be thinking about the next cut already, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna leave this shot a little bit longer here because I'm gonna cut it at this snare so I can put a B-roll shot in and stuff like that. So it's like I'm really like listening to the bass and the snares and the hi-hats and a little bit less of the words most of the time. But yeah, it's just it helps a lot to do that, I think, for the cutting. I just kind of just derailed a little. Not really derailed, but we were talking about something else. But
Do
yeah.
you crash out?
Do I crash
sometime?
out?
Yeah, like during editing.
What's your definition of crash out?
Like, I don't like when I started beginning. In the beginning, it was just like, fuck this shit. Like,
No, there was a couple of times that you'd be on the laptop and they're trying to cut something of your videos and I'm editing. And then, or one time I was supposed to come back and you were editing and I just came back to a note that just said, I crashed out. I'll be back tomorrow to try again. Because I deleted it all. I'm going to try again tomorrow.
Oh no. I feel like not necessarily. If my definition of crashed out is just slumping out, like I'll just fall right asleep after or something.
And then you wake up like, fuck. Like,
I'm good for falling asleep in my chair.
I feel like I have it. I know what you're talking about though. Like there's like an anger that comes with it too, and it's just like, and I think the closest thing I experience to that now for the most part is oh shoot, I lost my train of thought a little bit. Oh, is me getting impatient whenever I was saying like, okay, my definition for I'm gonna do it as best as I can is growing. Then I'm sitting there doing more and more edits. If it's a very edit involved video and I'm just like sitting in my chair like, I'm not done yet, but I'm like, I see more things I can do and I want to be finished with this video so bad. And it's just like, all right, it's not that serious.
let me chill.
Let me take a step back.
Yeah.
Like,
That's my notebook for it.
yeah. But I don't know. I feel that like frustration. So I know exactly what you're talking about. But I think I've gotten to a point where it's like fairly controllable, and I'm like, all right, well, if I this is also a test of my patience too.
Yeah.
And if I can sit through this, then my patience is gonna grow for future projects. Like when I inevitably have to do all of this stuff again.
Yeah, I think editing has taught me crazy patience. I feel like I've become such a patient
Render
person.
3 hours.
The 3D stuff,
That's insane.
yeah, all the rotoing, yeah.
Get a good little nap in.
Yeah.
It'll be
Quick
cool.
3 hours.
Quick, lean the chair
Sip some
back.
coffee. Yeah.
Espresso
No,
machine
yeah.
maker over here.
Yeah.
espresso.
Yeah, so I want to transition into talking about like the editing and then kind of like bridge it into your style because the paper effects that I think is.
Me and him are on the same wavelength. I thought we were about to go into that.
Which is fire. I ain't gonna lie.
Because we almost started talking about it, but I wanted to say over here. The first project we worked on was the Cel and Skrilla video, the kick door video.
Yep.
You did the effects on, and I remember when I got the video back with the effects you did. I spent so much time trying to figure out if it was practical or if it was like a plugin. I remember just watching like, nah. There was like, this isn't a plugin. This looks too much like paper. And then I was like, all right, is it practical?
That was me whenever I discovered the effects.
And bro, like,
literally,
yeah.
bro.
Oh my god. And then one time, I think you posted on your story like a picture of one of the rip outs, and I was like, all right, I got what I needed. It's practical. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So let's take it back to early on. I'll probably say like 4.5 years ago. Y'all remember Lone Wolf, right?
Yeah.
So Lone Wolf, for those of you who are watching and don't know, he's a director and he's done like a lot of mixed media and paper style effects. And there was this video that he did for D Savage, Lil Tracy, and Young Bands. And the producer, I forget what the producer's name was, but the one artist that I was working with at the time, he sent me this one effect, and it was like the paper was torn up, and it was like the like piecing them together basically. And he was like, "Could you do this?" And I just like screen recorded it and kept rewatching it because like you can only see it so fast at a YouTube pace. So I was just like kind of looking at it, and I was like, okay, like at first I was just like, no, and then I was like, wait a minute, I might be able to figure this out. So I just took a screenshot out of the video and printed it out. And I placed them like on the counter or something in the house. And then I photoshopped each piece individually out and cut them. And I figured out how to do it. And then I did like some practical titles too. This was still all like around that 4.5 year ago mark, I would say. Honestly, it was longer because it was pre-COVID. So it might have been around like 2019. And then there was like some other crumple ones that I was doing that was like unraveling the person. But it was all just like masking them out in Photoshop with individual frames and doing that. And then I think it was 2022 or 2023. There was a Lil Reek video that came out called Backstabbers. And Susie made it. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. He did this video. And he had a bunch of these drawing style effects all throughout it. And I was just like, how is he doing that? Like I was so mind blown. I watched the video like 20 times because I'm just like, I was just so confused. But I was just like, this style is sick. And it's kind of like I wasn't really equating it to how Lone Wolf did his stuff just because it was more of like drawing on it opposed to like crumpling the paper, I guess. So the first thing I started doing was taking screenshots from the video and putting them in Photoshop. And then I would screen record myself drawing on them in Photoshop. So I'd just like scribble on their eyes or stuff like that, and then throw like a Super 8 thing on there to use the transition. And then maybe put like a paper overlay on it or something. So then Susie did a preset pack with I don't know if it was tiny tapes or something else, and they showed like a 2-second behind the scene clip of him drawing on paper, and I was like, I got it.
That was the same moment I had when I saw your story.
And I was like,
that's crazy.
He is actually drawing these. So I was down in the basement, and I printed out the paper, and I realized the way that I was holding my phone before, I was like, I can't do that for these. It doesn't work the same. So I bought like a phone tripod. I had my mom's yoga mat like laying out on the floor. I'd just be like down there kneeling with the phone over top of the paper, just like doing little scribbles, taking different pictures. So that was like the beginning part of that, but that made my back hurt so bad, dude. So even while I was still doing that, like I upgraded to having my camera set up. Like I found a tripod that like obviously it stands up like a tripod, but you can take the top part out like a monopod and then put it through so the camera's facing down. Yeah. So then and I would just like draw a little bit, click the camera screen to take a picture, draw a little bit, click the camera screen, and I was like, this kind of sucks too. So then still on the ground, I was like, all right, I got to figure out how to connect my phone to the camera. Wasn't near as hard as I expected it to be.
Yeah.
It never is. Sometimes there's some things it's just like, it sounds like a headache, but the convenience of it changed so much.
Yeah.
And then I eventually got a table that was probably just like a cheap table from Walmart. It's probably like
The foldable John.
yeah. It was probably like a year or so ago at this point, maybe a little bit longer now. So now I have like the tripod that sits over the table, and then I have like a bunch of different pens and stuff like that, and markers, and like I like the paint markers a lot, and I use whiteout. And then I have like a little art knife, and I'll do the tears with that. And it's just like, it's been crazy to see it evolve, because it's like, because you can really do anything. It's like scrapbooking stop motion, basically. But there's different styles of it, because you can, thank you. Because you can do the drawing, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm sure Susie is not gonna watch this because he doesn't know. If he's seen he probably has seen my page and been like, "Why is this kid jacking my style?" And I have, and I'm sorry, but the greatest artists have to steal. And that's exactly what I've always been doing, dude. It's like, even like so many videos I've watched so many times because I just don't understand the cuts. And then whenever you like you zoom in on that Premiere timeline and really get in depth, it's like, okay, like I understand how they're doing these cuts now. Like, cause you can like it's like you're looking at it from you're looking at it like this, and then you can zoom in and look at it like this. Yeah. Not even just actually in Premiere, but like in like that's just kind of how my brain works. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like that's what I meant about like the slowing down, like screen recording YouTube, so and looking. It's like really see what cut, because it's such an illusion. It's just like, how is this even possible? Like whenever you see certain fast cuts in videos, it's just like, it looks nuts. Yeah. So I've just spent so many times watching the same videos over and over to learn and master, like not just the drawing effects, but like the tricks behind it too, and then evolving it into my own style. And it's just like, I can never say for so much of my work that like I've come up with it myself, because I haven't. Yeah. And it's all derived from this spectrum of people that I've looked up to and whose work I've exactly.
I think that's what a good, like you said, a good artist really is. Like you bring inspiration
I'm
from
stealing
everywhere.
that hot dog off the wall.
Like Goku, we trained so many people to get.
Now we put a hot dog, put some ketchup on it. Now it's my own. You know what I'm saying?
Like Goku, we trained so many people, and he just got powerful. You know what I'm saying?
You grab a little bit from everything, and then
I'm like the Infinity Gauntlet.
Just collecting all the
collecting
different,
the Infinity Stones.
Hell yeah. No, I really like it. It's cool too, because you're mixing the practical and the video, which I really like. Because before video, I'd paint it, I would draw it, I did everything. Like I went to school for fine arts.
So that's my sorry.
Not good.
But like whenever I was in high school, I didn't do stop motion stuff, but I loved art class so much. Like that was my main thing. And it's just like seeing that, like what I love to do in school for the most part, like pulled into this is crazy. Because I was telling him about this earlier. Like I bought Japanese newspaper off eBay because my art teacher gave me Japanese newspaper to mess around with and like collage. Because like collage, like I could draw, but I could copy draw. I couldn't come up with things to draw. But like collaging and pulling stuff together like that was really like where my strong suit was. And just like replicating what I saw is exactly what I'm doing now, but in a more advanced manner, because my brain is more developed. Basically.
We're very similar like that. We have a very similar style like that. I feel like that's where you're very separate from me, is where this guy can just like sit there and just like draw the craziest shit you've ever seen. Like just like straight out of his mind, where I'm like, I see like the video you were talking about before. With Madison, I could show you the video right now that I pulled those water clips from. Like the reference exactly. Like it's from a Lil Yachty video with this random artist. When I saw that, I was like, doing that. I want to do it. We're doing
That's awesome. Yeah, I have like a 300 long list of music videos to watch on YouTube that I'm probably never gonna watch. But I'm just every time I see them, I'm like, Added.
Yeah,
Added. Someday I will have
added
that
to the
time.
reference. Yeah.
No, that's sick. All right, wait. So you said you went to art school as well.
Yeah.
So you went to film school and art school.
Yeah. So at college, I went to
You
film.
were spending that cheese.
Pre film, like high school, I went
Yeah.
to for fine arts and stuff.
Oh, okay. Bet.
Yeah, I went
so
to, like,
did
art
you go
school
to
for-
any college?
No, I went to West Virginia for football. I play sports all my life.
That makes so much sense. You look
Yeah.
like a linebacker.
Yeah, he is a linebacker.
Nah, yeah,
He
that
looks
was-
like he plays tennis.
Yeah.
No, we established that earlier. I just wanted to look like I was on.
got me.
I went to school for. I talk about spending that bread. I went to a fucking state school. I went to Indiana University. That shit was, I think, $50,000 a year.
Yeah,
But I only
say-
stayed for a year and a half.
Yeah,
so
I
I
did
was
the same,
The school
yeah.
I went
I
to
didn't
was
finish.
6 months, and it was like 18 grand total. And that's why I say it was like a really good investment still, because it wasn't like, it didn't financially set me back for too long. And I also like, I hated, like, I loved art class, but I hated high school so much. Like,
Yeah.
I barely graduated, bro. Like,
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And the funny thing was, whenever we were on our senior class trip, me and my homie, we were our senior class trip was walking around Pittsburgh. They were like, just walk around Pittsburgh for the day, be back here by this time, and we're gonna go on a boat.
drugs.
Yeah, literally, bro. They were like, we're gonna go on a boat and have dinner on the boat. And I was just like, okay. So then I was talking to him. I was like, bro, let's go buy a cigar. And he was 18. I was 17, but they didn't card me anyways. I was like, man, we're just walking around Pittsburgh. What are the odds of all the teachers, like, or what are the odds of one of the teachers seeing me smoking a cigar? And we're like, smoked like 2/3 of the cigar. And then I hear from behind me, Tanner. And I was like, no. So then, yeah, I get in trouble. They got to like search my bag whenever we get back. And yeah, I had to go to the principal's office at like 6 a.m. the next day. We got back at the school
God.
at like 12 or something like that. And then they were basically just like, look, if you want to walk at graduation, just clean classrooms for 2 days. Ended up cleaning the art room for like the art room. So I was like getting art stuff. And then I found a pair of brand new Nikes in a duffel bag in the back of the one class. She was like, yeah, I was just going to throw the bag away. And they fit me perfect. So I got, yeah.
Like Mike.
Yeah, bro. I got a brand new pair of like running shoes, and then some like art supplies too. And I was with the teachers that I had been with the whole year,
Yeah.
so I was just like, this is barely a punishment. Like, and then I walked at graduation, and I vividly remember sitting at graduation, just like looking around, kind of taking it all in, because I was like, this is my only time I'm gonna be sitting here graduating. And I have no clue what I'm about to do with my life. Like, I just remember that so vividly. And my backup plan, I was thinking about this recently, was because my one childhood friend that I skated with, his neighbor, I knew his neighbor. And my dad was like, yeah, he works for Jones Plumbing. So my backup plan was to work for Jones Plumbing and to buy a duplex and rent out the other side, which also made no sense because my dad has a whole flooring business. So it's just like, it would have made more sense just to work with him. But I was like, all right, well, if anything fails, like I'll just become a plumber and buy a duplex.
Rented out Airbnb it real quick.
Literally, yeah, no.
Were you
Yeah.
doing videos and stuff at that time? Like,
The skate videos, and then that was, I didn't start doing music videos until I saw it was a Skies video that Nicholas Jandora did for the song Rude. It was it was on Elevator's YouTube channel, and I saw
know
that,
which one.
and I don't know if it was the first time I watched it, but I just like kept watching it, and I was just like,
That's funny.
I think I could do this. And that was kind of where my mindset shifted. So I started locking in with my one other friend from skating, Brandon. He goes by Bmar. And because I was just like it was kind of coincidental. I was like thinking about him the one day, and I was like, man, whatever happened to him? Because he stopped posting on his gram. And then I found his other Instagram that he made music. So him and I just started like locking in and filming stuff and learning together. So that was like a very very instrumental time, I would say. And then kind of like, we weren't really friends when we skated, but yo, he was a talented, even now, like he can hop on a board and learn so many tricks again. But back then he was just like, he was snapping on a board.
Like,
Like,
supposed to be on X
crazy.
Games mode type shit.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not that far, but
Yeah,
no, he was snapping. I still follow his old Instagram. He's not even logged into, just to go watch his old clips sometimes. Yeah, no, that was fun.
How'd you lock in with Skies?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's funny because at that
followed
same
him around for like 4 years straight.
that's how it be.
No,
Yeah.
That's
That's
funny.
local.
At that same time, I was probably watching that same video because I remember
Yeah.
when that on elevator and stuff around that same
Yeah.
time.
Well,
But yeah, because I know because you're from PA, so I was gonna ask you. Yeah.
yeah. So sorry, I'm going back real quick. So I forget how I met DJ Rello originally, but him and I ended up going to, there's a skating rink called Rollerway, and they kept throwing a bunch of hip hop shows. And they have 2 locations out near us, and they did both weekends back to back. So Rello got us in to shoot the one, and then we went to the other, and then I started shooting like more shows there for the owner afterwards. So it was like NLE, Polo G, like 22Gs. It was just like a bunch. It was like it was so random. But yeah, so I just started kind of like shooting the Sky shows that I went to, and the first one I just shot some pictures, and then the second one I did a recap, and then since Rello and I kept being at the skating rink, like we were starting to kind of develop our relationship there, and then it was just like it really like I was just such a big fan, and it was like the fact that my favorite artist was potentially accessible to me. I was like, why would I not do everything I can to, you know? And I remember we went to, me and Sam, this was the first time Sam McGrath and I met. We went to West Virginia because Landon had a show with Tay Money and P&B Rock. Rest in peace, P&B Rock. And then Skies was there. I didn't even know if he was going to be there or not. And I think this was actually the last time Skies and P&B performed I Like Girls. And I remember I was like drunk and I had 2 slices of pizza in my hand and I was like waiting for them to perform. And then I heard the song and I was like, oh shoot. And then I like just sat the one piece of pizza down on the stage, and then my autofocus was going out. It was just, it was not that ideal, but it was definitely a memory for sure. But I just remember standing there, and like out of my peripheral, I felt like Skies was just staring at me, and he was probably just like, "Who is this person that just like keeps randomly showing up?" But I could be, because I think there was another time like that too, because we went on a LA trip with the homies while he was performing out there. So we went to the show and shot the show, and then I was talking to Rello in the driver's seat, and Skies was in the back seat, and I was like only talking to Rello, and I was like, I can feel him staring at me right now, and I'm just like, but that was also the first night that I got to talk to Nick Jandora. That might have been the only time I met him in person. But I was just like, it was like a dream come true, GOAT moment to be able to talk to him, because I'm like,
Watching.
I was like,
videos.
I've watched so many of your videos. Like I've like just like somebody I really looked up to. I was like, I got to tell him that I got to look up to him, and it was crazy, yo. I mean, like Nick is just a GOAT. Like his videos are insane.
He has a crazy vision for the video. It's been 100%. Dope to watch,
and like seeing it transform into more like a movie style whenever it was more the effect style back in the day. Like
he had a dope transition to watch from the early Sky stuff to what he's been doing now, like the more recent stuff.
Definitely.
Damn, that's crazy. Like, because I remember at that same time watching the early Sky stuff, and then I remember being like, oh, he's from PA, and just DMing Skies like, yo, I want to shoot something. That's funny having that same experience.
So then at that point, Sam was shooting the videos for Skies. And then I was just helping him with co-production, because Sam and I had known each other for probably like 3 years already at that point, just because like our interests were like in the same boat and everything. But Sam lives in LA. So then Bry Greta and Skies had a song that Bry asked me to come shoot, and then it kind of slowly started transitioning into that. Then we shot a video for the song Wake Up, and then didn't really do anything for a minute after that. And then he was on the World Rage tour. And I was just like, all right, let me just go. I went to Pittsburgh, New York, and Harrisburg, because they had one in our home city. I mean, I'm from Boiling Springs, Carlisle area, but like Harrisburg is like that's the capital PA, so that's like the home city for real. So I was like, all right, going to all 3 of these shows. I'm gonna take pictures, shoot videos. I'm gonna make every recap as good as I possibly can. And if nothing happens after that, it's whatever. It's cool. But I mean that wasn't the case, and the videos that we ended up doing, that I'm I love them. I'm very blessed to like be in that position to be able to help with the visuals and everything, and it's just it's definitely a awesome come up story too, because they're just like within that there's so many, even like outside of that field, it's just like so many relationships I've built like on my way to my one goal, and then now it's just like, oh, now it can expand into other goals too. But yeah, no, it's been really cool to watch that like change throughout the years and grow as like a more of a thing.
No, facts. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. That is a super inspiring, like to go from watching it and then and really just all right, yeah, why wouldn't I? Because that is what a lot of people don't. They see that, they go, damn, he's so close, and then go, that'd be great. Yeah. Versus like, why wouldn't I?
What's the footwork?
What is there to lose?
And it was like whenever I saw that first video and I was like, I think I could do this. It was just a constant like it was
Fame. Fame.
Oh, Fame. I'm in here, Fame.
Are you picking up? Yeah, it was good.
Oh, your brother. All right, so no more. All right.
You snapped. You snapped on the fit. It goes
That's
crazy.
Yo, fashionista over there. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, he kept looking at it. I was like, who is that? I was like, oh, it's just Fame. He's like walking around.
Yeah, he could interrupt. I don't care.
Yeah. It's a man.
Jump too hard, those things.
Yeah. So no, it's just been it's been cool to really watch things evolve and just like grow the artistry. Oh yeah, what I was saying was like being like, oh, I feel like I could do that. Like within the videos, it was just like there's a very perfectionist mindset behind it where you kind of have to have, because if you're a perfectionist, you know like where you need to improve a lot of the times, and it's like, especially when you see videos when you're first starting out, they never ever turn out exactly how you want them.
Oh yeah.
And it's like now it's like I don't really look at a lot of videos and be like, oh, I wish I would have like done this. But like there are sometimes like that, but it's just like it's not as frequent where it's just like, okay, like it didn't go according to plan, but the final product is still sick.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it's been a cool turning point to be able to like execute a vision, even if it's not the exact vision you're going for. I guess
that's what comes to being a creative. You don't know how many times I done seen, like even for like my videos, we'll plan something and I'll be like, yo, bro, I'm about to have such and such come, and don't pan out how I want it to pan out, and I'm panicking, and they're just like, yo, bro, chill. You got a backup plan. Like, what the?
Yeah, there's some being able to like build the skill set up enough so you're able to be flexible when like that, to act on the fly and not have it look like it was act on the fly.
You gotta have that. You gotta have that to be a creative.
The flexibility too. I mean, because it's good to have the structure as much as like I like to have the treatment to plan everything. Like you gotta have flexibility because model doesn't show, this doesn't work, this
nothing ever fully goes according to plan.
No,
bro, got funerals at 10 p.m. now. Like,
a funeral at 10 p.m.
I'm just saying, these be the excuses.
Yeah, they're excuses.
I was about to say,
gotta walk
crazy.
my turtle.
Gotta get some caffeine, and you just said, oh my goodness.
I like what you said about like being a perfectionist allows you to address the things that you're not doing right, and I feel like I need to work on that as a creative because I am so psychotic about like watching like I don't think I've ever made a video that I watched back and been like, I really, really love what I did there. I'm always like,
you're
why did
hypercritical?
I do that? Yeah, I'm so hypercritical of my work. Like
it's
feel
good,
like
but
I
it's
need
bad.
Yeah, it is bad. It's like because you're always kind of in like this battle with yourself to like make the best thing you possibly can, but you never will because nothing's ever perfect.
Yeah, I think it's good, but I think trying to shift the mindset from like, damn, like not like I messed this up or this could be better, but like, oh, I did this, like you said earlier, I did this. Oh, now I can do it better, and just do it and get excited. Use it as like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do this better next time.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, because that you definitely
because it's one, it's great that you feel like that, but it's also a sucky feeling to
it is
because you feel like you're letting yourself down.
Yeah,
and I mean, from the work I've seen that you put out, I don't think that you should feel like you're letting yourself down.
No, yeah, and
but I'm also glad that like you want to progress, obviously, because that's like what's gonna make you a lot better.
I want to make shit that makes people go like,
some great Gatsby shit.
What did I just watch? Like, and then I just feel like I won't get there unless I keep pushing myself like this. But at the same time, it's like if I keep doing this, so like let's say I keep myself in this mindset for 2 more years, will I be able to get myself out of that?
Yeah.
And that's my biggest fear. Like, will I ever be able to disconnect this part of my brain from just hanging out with my friends?
So let me ask you a deep question. Do you think the reason you feel about that spawns from other insecurities?
I had a feeling that's where that question was going.
Because
I've learned in my little bit that you're good for a deep like.
I went through a time recently where I was like, I felt like not great about myself for a while, but it reflected through the videos in a positive way because I needed to get that confidence from something.
Validation.
Hitting the nail on the head right now. Wow. Yeah, I think I don't know what I'd be insecure about though. I mean, there's a lot of things in my life that have happened that have changed like a lot, and I think that has to do with it. But yeah, that's it.
I mean, even it could be like I think you just said it, like where it's like you're trying to get the validation that you want somewhere else, but you found to want to get it there. Because I know I do that personally, where I have a lot of my personal validation with my achievements always being. That's why I like post every day, like, yeah, I'm here 12 hours. We just worked on this because I get validation from being like, I did this thing.
Hey, and I'm the same way, but like not necessarily within people reaching out to me too much because I'm so bad at like getting back to people sometimes. But I appreciate the support so much. But I'm constantly like looking at the numbers, like, all right, are my numbers going up? And it's like it's toxic to an extent,
is toxic,
but it's addicting, and it's one of those things that fuels you too. But you kind of got to have that balance where it's just like, all right, you know what? Let me not be on my phone right now. Let me not care about this too much. But yeah, no, I mean, like that was just kind of like where my head was at in that time, and I feel like now that I've broken out from that period, that it's just, I mean, like for the most part, but I feel like now that I've broken out of that period, it's just like, okay, now I can work on things and have a better mindset towards it just because I'm not focused on like ignoring with where I'm at mentally or trying to like fix where I'm at mentally quite as much, I guess, and be like, all right, well, I taught myself enough. Now I can really, really lock in and do it even better than before, I guess.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Like,
it definitely does.
From like an artist like standpoint, for me, it was like expectation.
What are all of your insecurities? Tell us right now. I'm just kidding.
Spiders.
I'm just kidding. But all right, so since we're getting deep, Corey, do I have permission to get deep with you?
Yeah.
All right. So
I seem to use this podcast just as a place to.
How has your breakup helped fuel you with your work life?
I mean, I'm definitely more like.
Or has it made it unhealthy?
It's definitely, I mean, I think everyone will say it's unhealtty. I don't think it's unhealthy.
Boy, don't sleep.
How many Celsius do you consume a day?
Espressos, coffee. I'm afraid for his heart.
I definitely like rebounded on the extreme the other way where, I'm like, I've went almost fully now committed to like my life is basically these walls. Like I don't really do much else. And I think it has that laser focus has grown the business a lot in that time.
Yep.
I mean, kind of like you said, I don't think about not being able to turn this off because I've almost just fully accepted that this just is my state of being.
Hey, well, y'all are doing a great job, man.
No, I appreciate it.
Even if it feels like y'all are doing too much sometimes, like y'all are definitely doing a great job. You inspire me for sure. Like I was saying earlier. Yeah. So it's been, I mean, like even coming here versus the last time I've been here, so much has changed already. And I feel like, because I even see like there's more sets that are being worked on and everything right now. It's pretty much like every time I come here, because y'all are further away, I'm expecting something to be different at this point and be better than it has been just because you guys are so like, all right, we got to keep stepping it up, people. And that's great because it's like you can't be in the position that y'all are in without having that mindset that you got to keep going harder. Yeah. But then you also kind of got to be like, you got to I guess know where to stop at times just because it's like you can't continue to just go like that. Like you kind of got to not plateau, but like stay at an area for a little bit and be a little bit comfortable, but not comfortable that you're slipping. Yeah. But and maintain where you're at, and then it'll slowly like a gradual progression. Slow motion is better than no motion. You know,
oh God.
And I think like the fact that like at the core of it, you guys are just so passionate about what you're doing. And I think that's why things are working so well. And it's like we literally drive ourselves insane doing what we love. And it's okay.
Yeah, I mean,
like you said, we have to accept it sometimes.
Yeah,
but at other
kind of.
times, it's just like, it's you just got to slump out, just
Yeah.
fall asleep and then chill for a little bit.
Yeah, it'd be like that. I mean,
Yeah.
You gotta be psychotic about the shit you love.
I mean, yeah, I've definitely more and more recently, I think I'll just talk to people and I've realized how it's like a psychotic mindset for it. And I mean, yeah, especially after the breakup, it leaned in more because that was like the one I spent like 2 years trying to find that balance and like trying to figure it out. And then like it didn't have to anymore.
Yep.
So I just completely stopped trying to.
Yep. Yeah.
So we'll see if I ever am able.
Bad, but I can't.
If
I can't, bro.
I mean, go ahead. I mean,
Give us a
I
minor
can always-
tweak.
I can always.
Pixels.
Yeah, I could do whatever.
Don't get us.
Oh, is that
don't
for
get us
it?
shadow ban.
Yeah.
Oh, that was directed towards her.
Yeah.
You suck.
to all the,
We
to-
hate you.
Yeah, to all the girls who fuck with my bros.
Frick 'em.
Yeah, but the balance of like the real human, I've started like separating being a real person and not because it feels
Okay.
more like I'm on the side of just like not being a real person because I feel like I don't do many things that like
Right.
like a normal person would do in a day-to-day life. Even just like my sleep schedule, everything, the way my days are structured.
This is
Seems
kind of
badass.
one thing I mentioned to you because I also had a breakup like 5 months prior to his breakup. That was
Okay.
pretty brutal. It
Did
was
you
like
help guide him through his?
Yeah, for sure.
no, I
That's
definitely
amazing.
did. It
I
was
love
like
that.
a 4-year relationship that just kind of ended out of nowhere. So it was pretty like, whoa.
Jeez, that's rough.
Yeah.
How long was yours?
Too like 2.5.
Sorry, keep going.
I actually just had a relationship end like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Was it,
3
it was,
weeks
it was like
ago?
5.
Not my girlfriend. Not my girlfriend.
It was like a fling.
But I was a
my
fling. I was
point
a
being
fling.
whole
is
time.
that
It was not my girlfriend.
Okay,
as
good.
I've hit the dating scene again, one thing I've
He
realized
was in
is
there
like
swiping in his office. You got
I
that
am.
first cut done?
yeah, hold on.
I just paid for the exclusive version of Tinder.
It's
Or
like
Gold Tinder or whatever.
Book any more videos? I need to.
I need to go on a date. This shit's gonna be expensive. I need a.
All right, hold on.
Check.
Okay, sorry, keep going.
Yeah.
Going.
My point being with that is like, it's weird to like have that passion and kind of like have that fear of it, but at the same time, like talking. And if you do watch this, I'm sorry if you listen to this and you feel offended by what I'm about to say. But talking to this girl made me realize like most people don't really have something. Like, you know what I mean? Like most people are just
That's-
kind of
yeah.
living
Yeah.
and like working.
Yep.
And like to have something that like drives you and makes you feel like you were actually supposed to be put on this planet.
Yo,
is
y'all
such
should
a
see my
blessing.
girl's Stardew Valley farm.
Yeah.
She's snapping.
Hey man, you gotta have a thing.
Nah, she's
But
great.
that's the
I
other
love
thing.
her
Like
so
there are
much.
people that find that passion in their job, and that to me is just as impressive as what we do.
Yep, definitely.
But a lot of people, don't, I would say 90, like 75 to 80% of
Yeah.
people do live on that like cusp
Yeah.
of like comfortability. It's like I don't
Yeah.
really like what I do,
And
but I'm comfortable with what I do.
It's interesting, yeah, because it's not even I think always career based too, like you said. Because
Yeah.
like my mom is my good gauge for like, all right, I'm not normal. My mom is me. If she wasn't manic about something like I am, and like she never had to like she would always not understand like why you're gonna spend all this time doing this thing, or you're gonna spend like you're gonna just be awake all the time working on this thing. Her thing is dogs. She like
yeah.
dogs. And then when I started creating, I was like, if I told you I could pay you to just hang out with dogs all day, wouldn't you do it 24/7, like not sleep? And she's like, oh
So
yeah.
when are we opening her
So-
dog cafe?
No,
No, the WaveChange kennel is gonna open.
WaveChange
We're gonna funnel
kennels.
that-
We're gonna breed Frenchies that
Yeah.
don't look like they got hit by a car.
Yeah, right. That can breathe correctly. We're gonna
human nose added on.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, so having like a lot of people don't have that thing. I've seen a lot, especially like the kids I grew up with, that like my friends I grew up with that I'm at a distance from because you just don't resonate. It's like
Yeah.
people don't understand having that thing that almost drives you crazy. That I gotta do this thing.
Some
Yup.
people will never understand, like especially from
Yeah.
like a girl standpoint. It's like you gotta
Oh,
find,
yeah, man.
yeah, like you gotta find somebody who one understands what you're doing, and like you said, have that thing, or just like
So
understands.
you're single too?
Who?
You?
This guy.
All right.
This guy's
Okay,
Mr.
sorry.
Fling. Okay, so
Nah,
Okay.
he's Mr.
Yeah.
Flip his words. That's
Yeah.
what he is. That's
No,
what
no,
he
no,
is.
But
I'm
the other thing too is since y'all aren't like in relationships.
Yeah.
We're in the talking stage.
Okay, but it's like y'all are all in like a very pivotal point
Yeah.
with your broing in a
No,
sense
100%, yeah.
to where it's growing y'all like as friends and as a group as well.
100%.
Because it's
yeah.
building that trust, and then it's also just like, I mean, like whenever you start getting in a relationship, you're gonna talk to the bros a little bit less.
Yeah. It takes a lot of your, like, that's one of the
Right.
things, because a real relationship you need to put time into it. Yeah.
But y'all are like indulged enough in each other's personal lives too that you're comfortable enough to have those conversations and like have those talks that like build y'all deeper with each other.
Yeah,
So,
100%.
you know, that's a great thing to have.
I'm
for sure.
curious. Well, like, so you said you're in a relationship. You just engaged recently, or did
We
I?
just got married.
Married,
Oh,
that's right.
congratulations.
Yeah, married.
Mazel tov,
Congrats.
mazel tov.
Thank you.
Congrats.
That's awesome.
Yep. So we
How long have you guys known each other? How long?
10 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we met at church.
Oh, okay.
And then we started hanging out whenever I still had a girlfriend and she had a boyfriend. But we would like leave church and go get crickets for my lizards.
Oh, yeah, that's a love story.
Okay,
That's
so
so
the lizards,
good.
I only dated
Lizard Lord.
I only dated that girl for like 2.5 months, but I was like, oh yeah, like just unprompted. I was just like, oh yeah, like she's nothing to worry about. But it was just like it was not, that relationship really wasn't that serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my cousin just sent me a Facebook screenshot yesterday from like however long ago of us like going to prom or something.
That's awesome.
Or
When
no,
Facebook-
no, it wasn't awesome. It was the ex.
The ex, yeah.
I thought you were talking about
when
that.
Facebook
I was like,
randomly
maybe
hits
what's wrong with her
yeah,
like high
no.
school sweetheart.
Nah,
I was like, damn.
because they
remember this?
my cousin and the ex knew each other from like riding horses or something. Like that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. That
But
makes
yeah,
sense.
no. So Ara and I have been together for it was 6 years on Valentine's Day, and then but we got engaged back in September, and then we just eloped last month on the 21st.
Congrats.
Yeah,
That's
congrats.
a Netflix original right there.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
she's so awesome. I love her so much.
Fire.
And then I think it was like late January. We were fortunate enough to be able to buy a house, and that is awesome. It's like
Yeah,
a
it's amazing.
Yeah,
townhouse,
that's
but
fire.
yeah.
That's fire.
Hey, man, it's
Yeah,
yours. That's all that
sick.
matters.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's so awesome to be able like that was my first time moving out. And that's why I was saying about the basement versus like learning how this whole new thing is working. Cause this is my first time like learning how just like learning a workflow in real life.
Yeah.
Like whatever that means.
Yeah, actually,
you know? So it's been super cool so far. But it's just like we still don't have all our stuff unpacked, but it's like she works during the days and I work at night. So it's just like we're just trying to get that time back that like we haven't really had too much in the past of, and it's been really awesome. And I definitely could not have like I say picked a better person, but I mean like I feel like everybody has a person like specifically designed for them.
Mm-hmm.
And she is that person for me, and I can just see like how much of our how our opposite traits help each other, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And
That's a blessing.
yeah, it's like we have a lot of stuff in common. And then but where you build the opposites is where like you grow as people and grow as a couple. And the other great thing about her is she was around when I first started. So it's like I remember yeah, exactly.
You feel me?
Yeah, so it's like I've remembered showing her videos and she would just kind of like give me this nod, like she liked them, and I was like, all right, bet. Like yeah, I snapped. So but also within that, it's like she's had such a good understanding and like a progressive understanding of like what I need to do work wise.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm not gonna act like there hasn't been times where it's been hard for her that I've been away, because it has been. But I mean, some of that has been my fault as well, and like not communicating with her as much whenever I've been gone. And now it's like a lot more balanced. Like if I'm gone for multiple days, I'm calling her every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As to like a couple years ago, I would maybe call her like every other day or something. It's just like right now, it's like out of respect. Like not even out of respect. It's like I miss her too, and I want to talk to her. You know,
like that's so
So-
Trying to go back
yeah.
home. Like,
yeah,
you know,
no,
bullshit.
literally. Like we were in a hotel last night, and I was just like, I can't wait to be in my bed tomorrow. Like it's yeah. I got Darkko bands with me right now. Here, come hop in front of the
Yeah,
camera real quick and say hi.
Shout out my guy Darkko.
Yeah, wherever.
Yeah. So Darkko and I, we went to high school together.
Oh, word.
And
Fire.
what year did you graduate? 15 or 16?
Damn.
Wait, I was going backwards in time. You graduated 2020, so you were the grade below Arlie. So you were the grade below Ara. Okay, I always get that confused. So my girl was 2 grades younger than me, and Darkko was 3 grades under me. So he was a freshman whenever I was a senior. Correct? Okay. So within him, pause. Sorry. Within that, so him and our friend Chaz, Darkko and Chaz, they were in the same grade, and we all kind of started doing the same thing at the same time. So like 2 of my very early on videos with him, it was probably I want to say within like maybe my first 10, definitely within my first 15, we did a video for his song Beacon and a video for his song Tectonic, and we were just messing around. And the one fire escape, I drove past it the other day, and they blocked it off with a fence now. It's kind of funny. I didn't know that. But yeah, so we did some really early on stuff, and then him and Chaz is a producer and an engineer and a photographer, and he's crazy talented at all of those things, as is Darkko with music and just like having the vision as well, and just like pulling the fashion and stuff into that. Yeah, like we weren't necessarily working together as we were coming up and stuff, because he was still finding his sound and such, and it's been like really developed now. But then like once we but like Chaz and I were still working together in that time. So then once all 3 of us came together, it was like dream team type thing. And yeah, no, it's been really cool, because I'm not gonna go deep in the lore, but it's just like friendships pulling from different things to like where we are now. Just like we were talking about it in the car last night, because Sam, like the lore is just so deep, bro, because Sam like started as a Skies fan, and then he turned into a cameraman, and now he's an artist, and he was opening as an artist for this whole tour. So then whenever we were in Philly, he had Darkko and our boy Cross Irwin come up and do a song on stage with him. But then we're in the car, and it's just like I'm making all these well, I already made the connections, but I was like just telling the story of like how our friend group has just like been pulled from different areas, but it was just like all meant to be, even if we're like separated a little bit right now. But it's just like it's just nutty seeing like the way things have transpired over the years, and like how meant to be a lot of situations were and everything.
Yeah, when you see like things like connecting.
You want to hear our lore? I put
100%. I
put something together probably like 3 months ago.
Yes.
So we can cut this because I out of respect for Logan, we won't put his name in the podcast.
Okay, yeah.
But you know the clip of Fatboy SSC, like the one that he got famous off, like throwing the cheeseburger.
Yeah.
So what I put together is that if Fatboy SSC never did that, this place wouldn't exist, because Logan would have never done what he did. The guy that introduced me to him was Fatboy's DJ, Jersey John. He met Logan through Fatboy as well. And because that one event transpired,
that's crazy.
This whole thing is happening.
Yo, you need me?
Yeah.
Wait,
No, for real.
That didn't make
I would love to start like a coffee brand someday. But that's like going to take some investment, because I want to go to like Guatemala and like find the farm and
coffee beans.
Yeah.
That would be smart as hell.
Yeah.
That's funny that you brought up Guatemala. That's where my sister's from.
That's where
Really?
Jose's from.
That's where our
for real?
third guy Jose is from. Yeah.
Oh, for real?
He came here when he was like how
7.
7.
Yeah, she's adopted. We went there this past summer.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was her first time ever going back.
Wow.
And then the funny thing you said
Wow.
about the coffee, after I graduated high school, our church went on a mission trip to Guatemala, and we went through like a tour of a whole coffee factory down there.
Oh wow.
Dude.
That's
Would've
fire.
loved
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Yeah, I would love to start a coffee, like some sort
Oh,
of
I
coffee.
didn't even realize we were still recording.
Yeah,
Or we started
right
recording
back
again.
to it, yeah.
All right, so I didn't magically just
Yeah, I was gonna
make
say.
my sweatshirt come off.
Yeah,
We had to take
I
a
put mine on.
pause.
we
and-
might have
and
changed the
Darkko
lighting. We might have
stepped in.
changed the lighting a
Shay-
little bit. Shane, it's a little brighter on this
Shay
side.
might have changed a little bit.
I mean, they probably didn't realize they look just alike.
Yeah, I mean twins basically.
Yeah.
We kind of giggle the same, maybe.
No, they literally do, bro. They laugh like so similar.
That's kind of Shay's role on the podcast, is to sit in and laugh.
Yeah, you can introduce
Yeah,
yourself
give it-
because I was talking
What's
about
up?
you, but they didn't see you.
What's up, y'all? I'm Darkko Bands. I've been making music for like 6-7 years now, and Tanner's been the GOAT, just like making all the videos happen for me. And
He's been making music longer than that, I think. Oh wait, no. Sorry,
No,
my
it's been
timeline's
like-
different from yours
yeah, a little
because
bit.
I'm older. I'm an old man.
And I like hit puberty really late. That's like maybe some TMI, but like I had a pipsqueak voice.
Bro, I feel like I was literally that. Like in high school, like I looked like I belonged in middle school. Like
And I just like I hated my voice because it was just like high pitched. And I love singing like since I was a kid. Like loved that shit, but I just like never wanted to actually record it because I was like, I sound like a little girl.
Like our first videos, he looks like so small compared. It's crazy. Like I look back at him and I'm like, that is a baby right there. Like it's nuts. Yeah,
baby face. Yeah,
I've looked the same since I was like 17.
I can't really. This is all I can grow. Can you grow like?
I
any?
get like stubble. Yeah,
Got you.
I
yeah.
just shaved all that shit off though.
Yeah.
can't relate.
Tell me
The
about
beard
it.
gang over here.
Bitch asses. Bitch asses.
But at the same time, I don't mind not having to deal with like the maintenance of having facial hair or
Yeah.
like
That's
yeah.
what they all say.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I feel like it's not that much.
I mean, it's I don't think about it. It's not like the maintenance or anything.
Sometimes I get irritated and I'm like, I want to shave it all off, but I haven't not had a beard for like 7 years. So I'm just like, I don't want to look at my Superman chin. What's it called? The
cleft
butt
chin.
cleft chin. Yeah, I don't want to look at it.
The booty chin.
No, that's good. Yeah, you get used to like yourself with it.
We just got
No.
married. I don't want to scare her
Yeah.
away by my bare face.
Still a little too early.
Yeah,
but-
no, literally.
No, I feel that like bro, growing up, my dad always had a beard,
Yep.
and then I can remember the first time he shaved it, I was like 18. Like I've only seen him with a beard, and then seeing your chin for the first time is crazy.
Yeah.
My dad grew a beard like one time, and it was for a Wolverine costume for Halloween. And then he
That's
like
commitment.
made claws. Yeah, we went and like took some pictures for it. I have them somewhere, but yeah, no, he snapped. It was great. Yeah. Wait. So we were about to start talking
About the lore.
about. I guess we were
Yeah.
What?
the video y'all or what y'all just shot in
Oh,
Detroit.
yeah.
I wanted to hear
go-
about
yeah, 'cause I
that.
started talking about Detroit, how we had to pick Cel up. Yeah, the whole
Yeah.
Detroit trip. That was.
That was
Yeah,
interesting.
give us a good little rundown.
It was honestly one of the better trips. I feel like they're getting better each time because obviously we're just learning how to be more functional. But yeah, we met up here. Like the whole team. We took 2 cars, and Logan went straight there, or straight to Detroit. We went and picked up Cel on the way. Cel and three other people. Yeah, and then went right out there. 10-hour drive. I mean, it was like
It's a
12 for us.
drive to
I mean, it was like
Detroit.
because it was like
Drive.
3. It was
It's a
like
hike.
3. Yeah, it was like
That's
3
just
towards
process.
Cel,
Yeah.
and then like 8 there. Yeah, got there. We got there the day we filmed. I don't even remember. No.
We slept. It was technically
Oh,
the
yeah,
day
we
we
got there
filmed
like
because we
6
got there.
a.m..
It was like 6:30, and then I went right to bed. My ass was not staying up. You guys stayed up for
Oh,
like
yeah.
another hour.
Yeah, we got there at like 6, and then I remember. Yeah, you went right to sleep. Logan and them were already sleeping, and I remember I was like, "All right, cool. I'm just gonna stay up for a little while," and I assumed everyone was gonna go to sleep. But then I catch Jose tripod set up, filming out the window already, like 6 a.m. no sleep.
He's snapping.
Yeah,
That's great.
That's really
Yeah.
how it be. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Y'all
I was
basically
not
took
on
a
that
red
time.
eye.
Yeah, damn
Fucking
near, yeah.
Detroit.
Just straight there. And then, yeah, we had an Airbnb, or no, we had a peer space for the location.
Yep.
A pretty dope house. It was
You only
pretty.
shot one video or more than one?
One, and that
Just
one,
one?
yeah, we just
Fire.
shot the one.
Fire.
Yeah, Cel, Babyface E. It was pretty
Good
good.
placement, John.
Yeah.
Great placement. Right
Yeah,
there.
hell yeah. It's
That
gonna
one's
be,
gonna do some numbers.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
excited.
man. I'm proud of my boy. Cel Nolackin, pistol
Yeah.
packing.
Well, how long
Doing
have you
big
known
things.
Cel? You've known Cel
Bro.
for a minute now, right?
Probably. So, first time we talked was probably like around during COVID, maybe like 2021,
Okay.
because him and Boswald were shooting videos, and they had this video that's another cameraman from our city, and he had this one he remixed like "Party in the U." Like it was a sample of "Party
Oh,
in
really?
the USA" by Miley Cyrus.
I think that
And
the
they, like-
first video.
Yeah, I think that might have. Yeah, I think you might be right. That might have been his first video.
No, the first video you showed me.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I think.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think that was the first thing I saw of him, and I was just
Yeah.
like, "This is crazy. Why are they're in the hood playing Miley Cyrus in
Yeah,
the video?" And then we're Yeah, I don't know. Like, it took us a little bit before we started actually shooting anything, and we got like 5 videos, maybe 6 videos that never even got put out. Just because we didn't understand how the label worked and stuff, and we were just like shooting videos. So our relationship kind of grew like throughout that, and so I mean, like, we haven't had like a numerous amount of things drop, but just like, seeing how, I mean, the label process has been fairly slow for him, but he's definitely been handling it well, and seeing like the things come to fruition. Just like, even if I'm not shooting, I'm like, I'm not tripping about that. Like, I love to see that he is actually getting somewhere and they're putting the time and effort into him. And there's like nobody, like, outside of me, you are like the only people that I'm like very happy to be seeing doing that.
That's why I appreciate it.
Because he deserves a team that like really cares about him and will put that time and effort into the videos and stuff like that, for sure.
No, I appreciate it.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, so you probably saw Cel, because from what I've heard, Cel a couple of years ago was much more, let's say, reckless than he seemed. Like, I've heard he's matured a lot, because I've only known him more recent, and
he's getting there.
Yeah, because I also be forgetting, because he's a kid, like a lot. Even like I feel like I'm a kid, and then I remember he just turned 18. So
so like before Cel was Cel, there was another artist that I worked with named Shake Some G's, and he was like the artist in the city that a lot of people were looking at. And I'm not trying to speak for Cel too much, but he was definitely inspired by like Shake and what we were doing and stuff. So just seeing him like take that inspiration and do his own thing with it too has been really cool. But then seeing him like be able to take it to a even crazier level has been sick. And especially for him to like get the opportunities he's getting, it's like really awesome to see, because like a lot of people from our city and our area don't get a lot of big opportunities. And like, I've seen him be so upset about where he's at, and I'm just like, bro, just like be patient, like it's gonna pay off. And now it's paying off. So I'm just glad that frustration is slowly coming to an end, and that moves are being put in place, because it's not just good for him, like it's great for our area too. And it's like we got a great amount of local talent, and it's just something's got to shake at some point, as long as we keep putting that work in, and people are starting to see it's possible now. So he's got to represent us, and just continue to show people that if you keep putting that work in, that it's going to pay off, basically. You know, so he's been growing in a great way, and it's making him more patient, even if he hates that the waiting on the grow. Like the waiting is part of the growing. It like goes hand in hand, and it's very easy to get impatient. But I commend him for sticking in there and not giving up. Always.
That's a good natural pivot point, because I did want to ask you about like what's the music scene like where you're from out in like in PA.
I love it, and the reason I love it is because we don't have a specific sound. It's a culmination of what's all around us, because we got Harrisburg, contrary to popular belief, Philadelphia is not the capital of Pennsylvania. It is Harrisburg, PA, even though it is not that big. So we have Harrisburg, we have Carlisle, we have Lancaster, Chambersburg, Lebanon, York. York probably should have came sooner, but it's just like we're not. So say a city like Philly is like this. We're like boom, 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 boom. You know, and it's just interesting, because it's like all of them take inspiration from the bigger cities around us, but there's not like a specific sound that everybody's locked into. So the diversity is amazing. And then kind of what we were talking about earlier with the run and gun videos, it's like I kind of had to become an expert at run and gun videos, because like, granted, y'all have your whole studio set up in here, but also being in Jersey and closer to New York, you're only like an hour away, you have unlimited amounts of sets that you guys can pull from and rent. And we got like 5.
You probably run through them real quick.
Right. So it's like I really kind of gotta learn how to make something from nothing. But even like with nothing, there's so much to pull from. So I think that's kind of how like the styles intertwine together.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like pre-COVID in our area versus post-COVID, especially now, is much, much different. Because like pre-COVID, it was like we had a set amount of artists, it felt like. And then post-COVID, now we just there's so many artists out our way now. And I'm sure a lot of them were making music for a long time, but then they started to like, I don't know, come out of the shadows a little bit more as time has went on. And it's just like, we haven't even really seen anybody really make it out too much either. But we've also but a lot of people have started making music. So it's just like, there's still possibilities that things are going to happen, but there's no guarantee. So the fact that people have continued to like put that effort into their music without that guarantee, and there's been more artists coming about, is awesome. And we have like in Harrisburg, we got BLV Studios, we got Pro Sound Studios. Those are like the main. There's more out there. Those are the main 2 that come to mind. And Chambersburg, that's where DJ Rello's studio is connected. There's studios all around in these areas. And there's like some that I don't even know about now because they just be popping up here and there. The weakness that's there is that when you have a bigger city, you have artists that can put on for each other. And that's what we don't have. But what I have noticed post-COVID is a lot more of these artists that are willing to collaborate with each other and do songs together. And just seeing, because it's like, it doesn't necessarily help that much. And bear with me. It doesn't help that much whenever these people are making songs together because it's on a small level, but it doesn't help that much because it hasn't been done yet. And now that these artists are starting to work together, we're going to start to develop better habits of wanting to help each other, you know, because that's what hasn't been done in the past, and that's something that's like definitely held us back. And people are naturally selfish, I would say, for the most part. And that's not like a dig at anybody. It's just like at the end of the day, we're going to do what is best for ourselves, even if it might hurt some people around us. And I mean, that's a little more deeper of an answer that I was trying to say necessarily. But it's like any person being the artist, they want the main focus to be on them. So they're not gonna be like, oh, I'm not working with these other people. Like I'm gonna be the one that blows. Da, 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 da. If you have that mindset, nothing is going to happen.
Yeah.
Like you have to be willing. Like the amount of times I've seen him walk into a room and talk to people like not like he's like no ego, nothing at all, and they just love him for being him. Like that is a gift.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like there's so many artists. You're welcome. There's so many artists that they'll go into a room and want to be the main person in that room. And people look at them and they're just like, because you're acting like that, I'm not going to care about you at all.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no, like, but that's what's expected. And that's what's starting to change. And I've noticed more people from our area putting in effort to like intentionally want to work with each other. And it's just like, even on the flip side of that, it's just encouraging to have people that have the same or similar goals as you. And it's like, y'all can build off of each other and be inspired by each other. And it's like because you have homies around you and you get upset when they don't support you for not listening to your music, but at the same time, they don't get it like how another artist would get it.
Yeah.
You know? So it's definitely growing right now. I expanded upon that answer very, very deeply, but I care so much about our area.
About it,
yeah. And I'm just like, I'm so happy that people are slowly but surely putting in more work together. And I think they just like, so many people get so self-obsessed in the I'm going to blow up part of it that they forget to have fun. And collaboration is where you have fun. And there's been a lot of times where I'm like, there's been a lot of times where it's like, yo, you and you would make a good song, and they make the song. A lot of them haven't come out. I just got them grailed on my phone.
But I'm just like, that song is amazing, dude. And it's just
Yeah.
like the collabs just make the people shine because they push each other to go
Yeah.
harder on the songs. And yeah, it's we're definitely moving in a good direction. And there's a lot of people that are taking it serious, but also having fun within it now. And I think like whenever you take it too serious, you set yourself up for disappointment, and that can go
Yeah.
for anything. Because
Yeah,
it's like
whatever aspect.
it's like whenever Shay was talking about getting frustrated with the video editing earlier, it's like sometimes you'll set an expectation for yourself and get so upset with yourself when you don't meet it that sometimes you gotta I hate to say lower the expectations, but that's exactly what it is. And you have to not be afraid to suck.
Yeah.
Because you cannot get good at anything unless you suck at it first.
Yeah.
But there's some people that are stupid talented right away. Like my one homie Colton, like stupid talented skateboarder. But it's natural talent.
Mm.
And it's just like but for me with skateboarding, I've had to put in so many hours to be able to consistently kickflip or consistently just ollie up a curb. Like I was just putting in that work outside of my parents' house trying to ollie up a curb like 30 times, getting like 4 of them or something like that when I first started back when I was like 13, 14. Yeah. But it's just like you really have to not be afraid to suck at to get good at what you want to be good at. And it's like whenever I was talking about the rude video earlier, whenever I was like, okay, like I think I can do this, it's like I would make a video and be like, oh, maybe this is a little harder than I thought. But then at the same time, I was like, I still think and know I can do this. So I'm having fun with it too. So I'm going to continue to go harder, and then I'm going to learn how to make exactly like what I want to make.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, because it's definitely, you got to figure out how to, because it's good to have that bar because you constantly you're setting that set like to keep getting better, but you can't let yourself get discouraged because like you got to almost expect to never hit that bar.
Yeah.
Because as you gain the skills, like your bar is set here when you start and you fall short of it, but as you get better, you look back. Like I think you mentioned something like this before. You look back and you're like, wait, the bar I set as my pinnacle is like below where I'm doing now as average, and the bar just constantly grows, and you just keep that to going better. But it is. And some people will get discouraged by not hitting that bar because they see it as like, I need to hit that.
What?
that goes with what you were saying about like creating the work and feeling like you're never gonna be able to turn it off.
Oh yeah. I'm like thinking about what Logan just texted me. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I was thinking hard. Oh fuck. Caught myself. Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. That is one of my favorite quotes from Kevin Durant. That's what I was thinking about the whole time you were
That's great.
on that spiel.
I love that.
Yeah,
because it's true. Because like you really do. Like I fucking sucked at making videos when I first started. All of us did. Like we were all if we all look back at our first video, we'd all be like, "Oh, what is that?"
Yeah. And I've looked at like there was a lot of people in my field where I was just like, I don't like, I want to surpass them in a sense, which like that's technically like not like that's all subjective and biased to an extent. But I was just like, I need to do this to, and then like I'll realize like, oh wait, I kind of did do that, and I was like learning what they were doing. But it's just like it's hard for me to actually use the word surpass because it just feels like such a cocky way to think of it.
Yeah,
and it's
I get what you're saying.
I just want to learn from the people that inspire me. And be able to like what we were saying earlier, pull everything together. You know.
Yeah, because it's not like surpass. It's like I like want to know the information they have so I can have it.
Yeah. We said that on the podcast before. I've said that to him directly. Like when meeting him was like a very pivotal point. It's like one of my canon events. Because I was such a like conceited. Like I thought I was far beyond where I was. Yep. And then I met him and it knocked me down like 7 pegs. I was like, wow, I can't even like compare to him. And I thought I was like here and I'm like all the way down here.
Oh yeah.
And ever since that day, I wanted to surpass him. And my goal has been to at least get to a point where I can work with him alongside him and actually help WaveChange. And now that's where I've
Doing
got
exactly that.
Healthy
yeah.
competition is
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah,
No, it
that's
is.
the
Yeah,
best
it
thing.
is.
Yeah, it's great now because it's nice to finally like because I made videos. I didn't have friends who made videos or did any really art. So the whole until meeting you 5 years ago and actually
Yeah.
like connecting, it was just me creating in a vacuum. So it was like a breath of fresh air to like
Yeah.
talk to somebody about what I got excited about
Yep.
and have them like understand and like able to like bounce ideas. And now I feel like we have an equal skill set where I even think you shoot better than me.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have that, like you said, that friendly competition because I'll catch myself in like a slump for 2 days where it's like, I'm just chilling. I'll just get this done to get it done.
Yeah.
And then you'll get excited about a video you just shot and show me, and I'm like, all right.
Shit.
The Giovanni video that when you finished it and watching it, immediately I was like,
Yep.
all right. And then that day I was here till 7 a.m.
Yeah.
working on Rome's video because it was like you get that smart and it's like but it's healthy competition
And
because
just
Yeah,
to
that's how
take
it
it,
is.
sorry to cut you off, but just to take it another level deeper, like Jose was like another one of those people. Like he made me really realize I didn't know how to use a camera. Like he is a phenomenal photographer. Like he's great at video too, but like his photos are fucking 10, like so good. And what I realized working with him is like I have no idea what I'm doing. I've just been shooting and kind of figuring it out
Like
and making
photography wise, or
just like
within
video
video as
operating
well?
in
camera,
general, just like
ISO, and, like,
understanding how a
I'm in the
camera
same
really
boat as you
works.
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just like
there's this. There, I
finish
gotta
it out.
talk about
Yeah,
it.
Go for it. Go for
So
it.
there's this kid. And I say kid. He's 23. His name's Shane at Valoon. VUHLUNE. But yo, this kid is fire. Like his pictures are insane. So whenever I was at these shows, I was like, man, I gotta step up my picture game because I've been slacking on the pictures. But like, yo, this kid's
It's
a
the way he
genius.
colors. He's
Yeah,
crazy.
like his Lightroom presets that he's made for himself are insane, and like he's done some short film work, and I was like watching it, and I was like, wow, I like really feel something from this. And I was talking to him the other day, and he was like, bro, I've been watching your stuff for like 4 years, like
That's crazy.
and I'm like,
Crazy how it
yeah,
works.
for real. And it's like I'm seeing like he's looking at me like he can learn from me, and I'm looking at him like I'm
Mhm.
trying to learn from him too.
yeah.
And yeah, just
Perfect.
yeah, facts. Just be intentional. Like whenever I say I'm like looking for that team aspect, like he's somebody I can picture pulling into that because it's like I don't know. He just got a vision. And
Yeah,
it's
that's-
yeah.
That's the important, like, speaking of building the team, we were just talking about it on the last episode, actually. Like, that's the important thing is, like, the like, that thing, having the vision, having the passion, because, like, the skill set building a team, like, you could teach somebody to do whatever you need them to do in theory. Like,
Yeah.
click these buttons, do this.
But he
But the
knows,
like, yeah,
he
like,
got
having
that, he
that-
got the artist eye, and that's something that you
that's
can't
alrighty.
always.
Yeah, and like that, yeah, you
teach
can't.
that.
That's where it's the specific thing, because, like, when we met, I knew other people shooting videos, but none of them at any point was I ever like, oh, I want to work with this person.
Yeah.
But naturally, just meeting you and being around you was like, oh, I want to be on every shoot, and then yeah,
So how did y'all meet?
through this
Yeah.
DJ Jersey John, he did like
It's a crazy.
Oh
name.
yeah, it's back to that.
yeah. He would do he would do like artist events, just like
Yeah.
the local artists and stuff. And I knew him and would just shoot videos and the recaps for him and started shooting for John. And then similar, right? You were doing the similar thing.
Yeah, so I was John's videographer, and then he actually put me on a phone call with you like one of the first days we met. It was just random as shit. You were like, oh yeah, and then
Oh,
in
yeah.
casual Corey
Oh, yeah.
way, we're just like yeah, and then just kept
Sounds
it pushing.
about
Because I'm
right.
sure you've gotten 100 of those calls from John.
Yeah, sounds about
But
right.
yeah, we connected there, and then like a couple months later, he introduced me to him at a show, and then me and John kind of like split ways, and I was just always like very enthralled with the WaveChange brand because I was so like into Lyrical Lemonade. That's the reason why I dropped out of college was because of Cole Bennett. And once I saw
That's so lit.
yeah, once I saw that he had that, and I was like, wow, this guy's videos are great. And then I hit him up to do BTS, and just since that day, it's just
That's fire.
yeah.
That's dope.
It was just came
Yeah.
to do BTS.
Felt
and
bad.
then-
I kind of ignored Shane at first, but I was like going through some stuff too, and I was like, I just can't even pull anybody else into what I'm doing right now.
yeah.
And then we shot a video for this song called 333 recently. It's not done yet, but it's a part of a group that he's in as well. It's called FBN, called Forget Being Normal. And it's Cross Irwin, who I mentioned earlier, Spooky Gloom, Darkko Bands, Jordan, and Jail's Tales,
Is that it?
Jail. Yeah.
Can I just why is Jordan the only one with just like
You got an X in
You
his
got
name.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
and
'cause
an
it was like,
exclamation.
all right, makes sense.
Yeah,
Jordan.
But they're all
Okay.
they're all super talented.
Fire.
And like my dad he helps run like this volleyball tournament with this guy named Rob, and Rob has like an office building. So I had my dad reach out, and Rob let us use his office. So like we shot the whole video in the office, and we had them
Oh,
wearing
tough.
like normal fits, like swagged out fits in a meeting room, and then we had them each in like
you posted this on
torn
your
up
story.
suits
You
and
posted
stuff.
something of this in your
Yeah,
story.
like some pictures.
I was gonna
of
say
it.
I feel like I remember you talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah,
It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be really cool.
that's fire.
Yeah, and then there is like stuff that I have in mind for the future, but like I said, I want to get the business aspect of my stuff figured out first and get that a little more solidified. But I do want like a legit website, and I want to have like merch and stuff ready to go, and just like have multiple forms of it. So
Yeah,
I want to have a pre-investment time where I'm just kind of like stocking up on all this stuff.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah, but then the other thing that I really want to do that I'm looking forward to is I want to do like THM exclusives, to where I have like a distro kit or whatever, and get it set up for streaming, and do like THM featuring like this artist
Yeah,
and the
that's
producer,
fire.
and then do a video for it,
Yep.
and have the video on my channel, and have like a, because I already like have a lot of music videos on my channel, but like something that's exclusive with that, and with
Yeah.
the streaming as well.
That's fine. That's funny you bring that up because me and Shay were literally just talking
Yeah.
about this with like doing something similar like that with
Yeah.
WaveChange, where because that's super smart. Because going back to what you were saying, like you can see two artists that might not know each other, or whatever,
Right.
don't work, and you could be like, I know they'd be fire together,
Yeah.
and then just being able to bridge that,
Yep.
and then like cross pollinate both fans. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So-
fire.
Kinda almost like what Lyrical did.
Yeah, with the
too.
Lyrical Lemonade album. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was what I wanted to do for a long, like literally, probably since I started doing music videos. Not since I started, but very early on. I was like, man, that'd be really cool to like do a project
Yeah.
and just like have a video for each song.
Yeah.
Can I bomb the party?
Yeah, what up? What up?
Fuck,
Damn, you got a bolt on? You got it back? Yeah.
So what up?
You?
We talking about
Talking shit about
what's
you.
up, Keen, huh?
What up?
We're almost like 2 hours deep on this pod. You got 2 chains? I don't even got one.
Yeah, we gotta get you. Yeah,
That's
we gotta get you one.
crazy.
What y'all doing tonight? Y'all leaving here tonight?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, we just came from New York. You just moved the whole way.
Spin that. Yeah.
Thank you, King.
A little bit more that way. Keep going. Right there
Perfect.
should be good.
Thank you.
It's gotta be the longest podcast.
It is.
Yeah.
By far the longest
We got a
podcast
Cel
episode.
cameo.
Do I hop back in?
Logan stepped in for a second. Who else? The Fame.
Yeah, we got the fame. Yeah.
I didn't tell you on purpose because I wanted to surprise you.
What an episode.
Yeah. All right, what were we just saying
I
before
don't
that?
even remember what we were talking about. Where were we leaving off?
Him and I shot the first one, which it's not a collab song. I'm not all of them are gonna be collab songs.
Yeah, just
But
curated by
we,
you. Yeah.
we did it in my old bedroom in my hometown before I tore my bedroom down. I don't like when you look at me like that.
Do you want to come on? You can come on the podcast. Do you want to come on?
Sit
All right,
between or which side? You sitting with me or them?
Just you got to
No.
talk into one of the mics if you want to
Miss
talk.
you, buddy.
Guys, I miss you too, right?
It's been a
Yeah,
minute.
why'd you get all like insecure? And you're the one that like you guys should be the one that
He got a little shy too. You should see him jumping in front of the camera earlier.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
But no,
How you been doing, Bieber?
Good. How about you?
these two.
I know
Here,
since
let me
New
adjust
York.
the mic.
Yeah, you've been ducking me.
Really? How?
Talking to the mic.
Yo, yeah, I've been ducking me. I
Wait.
don't like that.
No, you're
Wait.
Let's get to the bottom
Yeah,
of
you
it.
go.
Do
You go.
you have my number? Do I have your number?
No, you do not. Because you don't fuck with me.
That's not true.
No, I got a new
Like
number, though. I got a number.
Okay.
How many numbers of mine
Hell
do you have
yeah,
in your
two.
phone?
I can look that up
Give-
right now.
First time 3 people.
Give me your number.
Yeah, right.
I'm so much better.
Surprised that it's not like as bad as I thought.
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not
you're
squishy.
definitely visually. You guys are like, you, yeah.
Cell 2, Cell 3, Cell 4, Cell 5, and Cel Nolackin.
Damn.
I'm surprised I kept track of the numbers that well. What up, Iz? They got you Ubering around?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, we got the biddy in here today. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Do you guys have
What?
in
The
the other
hours?
room. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gas.
So how did your shoot go in Detroit?
Yeah,
It
we're
went good for
talking about
I'm
Detroit.
not gonna lie, it did. It went pretty good. I had the team out there with me. So.
Having a good time cheating on me?
Talking to the mic.
Yeah, I had a good time cheating.
Yeah, this is like
Well,
yeah,
this is
kind of
sensual.
crazy. Yeah, you got both sides on.
I got both of my cameramen with me.
This is rare.
This is a real one. I didn't even expect y'all to be here.
That was partially why I asked if you were gonna be in New York, but then I was just like, I'm not gonna press into it because I don't want to tell them
It's
that
not
we're gonna
weighted
be
very
here.
well.
So basically,
But I didn't know
wanted
if you were
to see
already in
me,
the city.
and then you turned around and said, "Fuck me."
I mean, I'm here now, aren't I? I kept the podcast going long enough on purpose so that you would pull up at the same time.
Is that true?
I mean, I'm just a yapper too.
Yeah, I know.
He definitely did.
Yeah.
How was the show?
It was great. It would have been better if you opened.
Right.
I know.
Agreed.
It was funny. He opened at one of the World Rage short. It was the Pittsburgh one last year,
It was Pittsburgh and Brooklyn.
and he snapped. But beforehand, he was like, "I'm so nervous. I just threw up backstage."
Yeah.
But you exposed
Every
it.
time I perform, I get nervous. I don't know why.
That's crazy.
I don't blame, but that's the thing because it's like it's a little different than being in front of the camera. It's like the camera's like a little more planned out, and then you're
Feels
kind
home.
of you're looking at
Yeah, you
eyes just
definitely-
staring at you that may or
That's
may
when
not
I look
rock
into
with
the
you.
crowd. I
And
don't
just
know
see
where to
people looking
set
back.
my
Yeah.
eyes. So I'd be like,
That's why you gotta wear
that's what I don't want. I
glasses.
don't be knowing where to set my eyes at. I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna keep moving.
He's picking who he's
Yeah.
gonna throw up on in the
You
crowd.
almost gotta wear sunglasses.
Sam stage dived last night into the crowd.
For real?
Yeah, and he got a fine.
You could
Yeah.
get fined for
He's-
stage diving.
I
The
guess depending on
manager's
the
got
venue,
the
I
venue
guess.
will try to, but they can't like.
Yeah.
Oh,
What do you
wow.
like?
Ran away.
How they, yeah.
How do you really enforce that?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They don't have like
You gotta
address.
read
and-
stage diving in general.
What is the Rock in the crowd?
This guy was talking about.
like,
This guy was talking about doing a flip into the crowd.
You remember the beginning of School of Rock where
C-Dots in the crowd.
I feel that
Hey.
though.
you remember the beginning of School of Rock where Jack Black just like belly flops into the
Yeah.
floor? That was just shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have the strong niggas in one section.
No, Shay's done. Why are you in here? You took me to a fucked up barber.
No,
He's gonna Shay's gonna turn somebody into
Let's
flat
speak
stand.
on it.
Can we
Let's speak on
hold
it.
hold on.
Last time I was up there, I
Yeah.
wanted a
Mike.
haircut, right? I wanted a haircut. He asked me, did I want to go
go
to the trench or did I want premium quality? I already paid for premium quality, and he
Okay.
kind of forced it upon me to go to Onk.
No, I didn't. Okay. This happened, right?
Unk is
So
crazy.
now I'm understanding what happened.
Yeah.
So
And
boom.
then you gonna comment on my shit and say I got a fresh cut. And I
Yo,
and
Shay,
my shit
pull
was
the chair
fucked
up
up.
over here.
trying to encourage you.
Shay, pull the chair up over here. Yeah, just use my mic. Just pull the chair up in the
Bro.
middle.
Tanner really commented and said fresh cut. After I literally just got on his ass about my shit being uneven.
Hit that shit like, see? My boy Tanner know what you talking about. All right,
No.
so this is what happened, right?
Go talk towards Cel.
So he had asked me. He said, "How much
But
your
you
haircut
hugging the mic?
cost?" I'm like,
Give him your mic so you can face that way.
it's $20, right? So after he said it's $20, I sent it to a man. My man said 40. I'm like, oh no, 40. So I'm thinking, damn, like
Don't lie.
he might be tight. You feel me? I'm thinking he might be tight. Let me get this $40 back real quick.
But
2.5.
that's usually what I pay. in
I
the
didn't know
city.
that. I didn't know that. That's what he paid in the city. So I took him to Unk, right? And it's
You should have known he was gonna mislead you when he said he was gonna take you to Unk.
Let me show y'all what the fucking haircut
I was just trying to save him, Brad. You know what I'm saying? Like, we in the trenches
Do
with
you
it. You know what I'm
see how
saying?
uneven that is?
I've never seen a barber give
That's
somebody a
actually
widow's
so-
peak.
My
That's crazy.
my
was that
barber
Fee that
wasn't.
just messaged you?
He didn't know. He didn't. I don't think he knew
it
about the
was on-
Philly
he
chalking
was at the
shit.
show
I
the
don't
other
think he
night.
knew. You feel me?
Yeah, I
He
was talking
trench.
to him.
You feel me?
Cousin.
Get me out of there.
You wouldn't think
I'm
we was
good.
black
You see
cousins,
me?
would you?
Yeah.
I know.
I'm good.
That's
Like,
smart
on the outside,
thinking,
would you
though.
think that?
Feel me?
How would I
There's
ever
no
guess that?
fucking mob. Like, I would have been there. I should have been there. I apologize.
What so you was gonna tell
Yo,
Unc to
yo,
not
what
fuck
you
me up?
doing? Yeah, like he from
I
Philly.
should have knew what it was because soon as he started cutting my back, my shit started bumping up. And my shit was itchy. And my cut was Keno. Where's Keno? Am I lying? How long did my cut take when we was in Jersey? That shit was like 10 fucking minutes. Bro, that shit, I was in and out that shit in 10 minutes. Yes, literally. And I can tell Unc don't clean his clippers. Unc, if you see this shit, you gotta get right. You've been doing this shit too long.
Yeah, so I'm out here in the podcast.
You're
I
like closer to
apologize
you.
for that. My fault. I'm
You're
from.
fired.
I'm fired for finding barbers, fam. I gotta give them to the Dominicans now. Whenever you come up, gotta give them to the Dominicans. Those are the only. So
I'd
the
rather
Dominicans.
go with Papi.
Yeah, Papi's is
Papi
like
get
what they
right.
do in Philly up here. So it's
Sure,
like no
yeah.
bullshit. The
You
Papi
get
got
one
the
more
Clippers.
strike.
Yeah.
One more.
Yeah, I might have to
I
cut.
fire him every time I see him.
There goes
like
the
3
FX
times
team.
a shoot.
There goes the FX
I gotta
team.
put a PFA on him now because everywhere you go, he's just there. PFA.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to.
Yeah.
You keep firing him, he
getting
keeps
weird.
showing back up.
You keep finding me.
Wait, turn the mic.
Oh yeah, so talk
like
about. Let's hear about what project you just had drop.
I just had an EP drop with G's, a little 5-song EP.
Talk. Closer to the mic.
I just had like a little 5-song EP drop with G's, and next Friday I'm actually about to drop my first project with Capital.
Hell yeah.
Hey, 3
Fire.
videos, 1 on the radar. Correct.
Yes,
Yup.
yes, sir.
Video with Babyface E on the way.
Yes, and Fat Mac, and we got some with Fat Mac too.
Fat Mac. Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that too. Hey man, kids out here snapping. We were talking about you earlier.
I sold my soul to get here. That's all you gotta do. If you want to know how to get here to where I am,
He capping. Don't.
Sell
He
your soul.
capping. He capping.
Sell your soul.
Just hard work and dedication.
That too, but sell your soul.
Sell your soul to Capitol Records, and you will get a 5-song EP with Jace.
Or you can get a high five from me.
I'm gonna have
I
Logan
would
coming
take the
down the
high five.
podcast now. Like, this is not endorsing this.
This is
I
not an
wanna see
official
the email
message.
before I leave.
It's too late. Do you know what time it is? It's past 5 p.m.
What does that mean?
It means Logan's gone for the day.
Oh, Logan has to be here to show me the video.
Oh, you want to see? Oh, yeah, I can show you after this. Yeah. When are you leaving?
This is a legendary link right here.
Yes,
All
it
right,
is.
so we got Darkko Bands, we got Corey Hallam, we got
Shabo.
is it NGB or NB?
MBG.
MBG Shay, Steve Gronk, sorry, Cel Nolackin, Pistol Packing, pow, pow, and
Switch his ass down in the middle of the church.
props. And that's crazy. All right, let me try that one time. Okay, one more time. We got Darkko Bands, Corey Hallam, MBG Shay, Steve Gronk, Cel Nolackin, Pistol Packing, and TH Media. And this has been the WaveChange podcast. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Corey, for having me. Thank you all 3 for having me. For real.
Oh yeah.
I love you guys. You guys inspire me. I watch all the podcast episodes, and
You guys inspire me.
for sure.
It's
And I'm
fire.
excited to see y'all grow on this journey, and I'm excited to see where you guys all take your artistry. And I need a chain
Yeah, we're getting you a
ASAP.
chain
for
right now.
show.
We'll get you a chain
For
right
show.
Yeah. He's the only one with 2.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and fun fact, both of his chains were my chains that were taken on.
All right,
by
on the
like a
count of 3,
dividend.
everybody say bye. 1, 2, 3.
Bye.
All right, bet.